Hey everybody, welcome back to the CAF Plus channel. We got a CAF update for you this evening. It's not a major CAF update either. Just lots of little small things going on, some videos to play, an unboxing with Kazra, and a schedule that all of a sudden got more filled than I was expecting, and a lot of other stuff. But it's the 301st CAF update. It's not to tell you. Thank you to everybody who shot well wishes to all of us at CAF for reaching the milestone episode of 300 CAF updates last week. That was a lot of fun. That episode was great, getting a lot of familiar faces back on from year one. We definitely need to have more of those folks back on the show a little bit more often. Raise up this desk a little bit. There, that feels better. But yeah, that was it was a great time. Definitely enjoyed having all of those the collective conversation guests, whatnot, back on the show last week, and yeah, we got to do more there. I did screw a few things up though last week. So Mr. Jeff Wedding, he had given me some artwork to use in the 300th episode giveaway at San Diego, which I totally forgot about because he had some pieces that John Moore had given him to not John Moore, Robbie Moore, given him to use for something. And so Jeff gave them to me, and I had left them in my portfolio. So I'll show those now, but they'll be used for something a giveaway in the future. We always have we need to have more giveaways around here. And so here's a couple pieces from Robbie. You got a Wolverine. Let's hold it up a little bit closer there. So with a nice big cigar, and well, there you go. Another Wolverine with a Lobo. So thank you, Robbie, and thank you, Jeff, for putting these together. Like, yeah, Lobo's got Wolverine's cigar there. That's probably why he's all pissed off, right? Either way, my apologies to Jeff. Just as soon as the show was over, I realized that I'd forgotten to pull those out, and so now we have them. We'll use them again another time. But so what else is going on out there? I know I see poor Marcus. He's been kicked off Instagram. I don't know how that happens. That's unfortunate. But stay strong, Marcus. I'm sure you'll find your way back to that platform in the near future. Um, we gosh, this this week has just been a little bit interesting. Lots of small things going on. Maureen and I've been have been working on a few Art Scout related things. We turned on so many back when we kicked on the new subscription process over on CAF that there were a few that needed some extra work. So this past week we kind of cleaned a few things up there, and there were a few, I think, crawls that weren't working exactly as we expected. I think one was crawling too often. There were some things that few people pointed out, but we managed to go through and get all those things fine tuned. So I think we're back on pace to start adding some new ones in this upcoming week. What's Marcus saying? I'll wait till the 600 show. Yeah, we're not going to wait for that long for the giveaway of those pieces. Although I don't know what milestone's coming up. We'll come up with something, right? I mean, we've always got something coming around. I mean, we've got Comic Art Live coming up, not too in the not too far future. Could use one for that. We'll figure out something. But Tom McDonald just texted me right as the show was getting started that he received his T-shirt that he had picked out. He had picked out a Comic Art Fans T-shirt from T Public, and I also sent him. Can't even remember what I sent him. It looks like I sent him one of the Albert Moy paddles. He got one of the sketch cards that we had set up, and yes, so I'm glad those made it to you very promptly, Tom. I did ship most of the T-shirts and sketch cards and other things that we gave away to the winners on Monday or Tuesday. So most people should be getting those in the mail within probably by Saturday if you haven't gotten them already. But yeah, I'm not following the chat at all, everybody, as usual. But Tom did say they were awesome. They were, and the T-shirt looked good. You know, when you picked the green color, I thought, oh, that's kind of. I don't think I've seen anybody with a green Comic Art Fans logo T-shirt before, but it turned out really good, and it definitely looked pretty good when you showed it to me with all of the Green Lantern artwork around it. It all of a sudden made a whole bunch of sense, but. But yes, when I was doing the kind of draw lottery after the show for who got which sketch cards, you got that one that was the 3 sketch cards that fit together. So it seemed all very appropriate. It was like your night, Tom. So that worked out good. And Rich Danny's, I don't know if Rich got Rich didn't like the green. I don't remember which green Rich got. Oh, I remember which one you got, Rich. But Rich, I did send you those sketch cards, by the way. I sent you some Comic Art Live 2026 sketch cards, so you have them for November. But you probably didn't get them yet. Nope, you did not get them yet. What else we got on here? We have, I don't think I got anybody else tell me that they got their t-shirts yet. I think I'll have one other t-shirt to mail. Somebody didn't get back to me till like Sunday, and I never got around to getting back to T Public to place the order for them. But Modoc Mike, if you're out there, I know that we're waiting on getting some artwork in from Brian Hitch, and then when I have that, I will, get all the stuff mailed out to you because you were one of the giveaway winners as well. Uh, let's see. Everybody's talking about Baltimore. Speaking of Baltimore, yeah, I'm gonna have. Well, we'll look at the schedule. I've got Scott Doonbeer on next Thursday. We're gonna be looking at some of the auction pieces from the Baltimore charity auction that benefits the Hero Initiative. So we will be talking about Baltimore. Although, yeah, I'm not sure who all's going to that. The Lake of America. My goodness, you guys. It's good to have everybody here and energized and into talking amongst themselves because I literally I haven't seen anything. Got Quarles. I'll tell you, Newell, that was we did talk about it. It's just we haven't been able to get to Quarles yet. It is on a short list. There's like 3 things on our short list right now of things to tackle. The Quarles is like the easiest, but we just haven't been able to get to it because just the other things that we've been tackling. Ever since we switched over to the new subscription platform with PayPal, that there were some fine tuning things we had to do in there, and there's still like 1 or 2 minor things, but everything works great. That's been the fun thing. We've been watching a lot of people who have set up their automated payments or non-recurring payments. However, it's kind of like 50-50. I think I'm seeing that the pattern for people who like to subscribe to services. A lot of people like to not set up recurring payments, and that's cool. End of the day, you'll just get a reminder, and you still end up using the same system that's tied into PayPal really well. But yeah, it's been working out very awesome. But I did, Gazra, you'll be happy. I actually had somebody want a gift one today, and I hadn't really come up with the way that I wanted to handle gifting a sub. So I'm going to have to work that out this weekend because gifting subs is something that it happens like once a month, but we don't really under a new platform where really it's utilizing a sub. So if you're logged into CAF and you can make a payment, you're basically subbing yourself. So a gentleman actually went through the process of subbing themselves and wanted me to give it to somebody else. And it's a little more complicated to do that now when it ties everything to your CAF account. So we're going to definitely have to do a different methodology for that. So I'm sure that person isn't watching tonight, but yeah, a high profile collector who doesn't usually, well, I don't know if they've ever paid for a premium membership themselves. A good friend of theirs likes to see them post artwork that is very high detail, and so they've always paid for their subscription. And apparently it was up for renewal, and they took care of it. So yeah, so I took care of upgrading the other guy's account, but now I've got to figure out how to downgrade the guy who paid his account because he's got the proper subs tied to it. But we'll figure that out. Squirrels are better than squirrels. I got no arguments with you there, Rick Welch, except when the squirrels are artwork that like maybe Tim Truman's drawn, right? Then I don't know. Then maybe a squirrel is more important than a squirrel. Jeff Dunn's in the chat right now too. Good to see you, Jeff. I actually reread those your books for whatever reason. I was like, I want to like make sure I got the whole story right, and I enjoyed it the second time. So let's see here. Looking at my text messages because I'm getting a lot of them for some reason now that the show has started. But yeah, it was we had a really good time last week. 600 is another 6 years away, so we got a long ways to go. But yeah, that was a good time. What did we do this week? One thing I want to say, we didn't have a lot of people tune in to the show on Tuesday with Cy Berry, but it was a lot of fun. For those of you who watched the show, I'm sure you enjoyed it. Cy is definitely an interesting gentleman, right? He's he had a lot of interesting things to say about some of the creators that he worked with. the idea, he was part of the Cartoonist Society, National Cartoonist Society, but part of the what was it, the Long Island chapter. That would have been really cool if they somehow documented all of the people that they had go through those doors. A once a month meetup with creators from that time period must have been pretty damn incredible. But CW says the Psy interview was great, and it was. But I can tell you that his crowdfunded project through BackerKit does start on September 1st. So I would encourage everybody to go over. I don't know if I have a short link. This link is probably not going to post right. No, it's too huge. So I can't really send it to you, unfortunately. I'll have to see if I can get you a shorter link throughout it. But this just to sign up for his announcements when the crowdfunded projects get started. It begins on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday of next week. So September 1st. I'm sure we'll put it in the calf mailing, but again, Psy was fun. And it's funny, he is a guy who's like not really well remembered for whatever reason. And it may be quite in fact due to the fact that there just isn't a lot of his art out there to collect, right? When he's done 11,000 strips, and he doesn't even have 200 pieces on calf, and half of those are convention sketch style pieces, which is crazy. So I don't even think there's 100 strips out of the 11,000 on calf, and I don't think we could probably there's got to be more Hagar the Horrible, Beetle Bailey, Broomhilda strips on calf than there are Phantom strips by Cy Berry. So that really sucks that he didn't get a lot of them back, and I think that contributes to the fact that he's just not as well remembered. So again, I would encourage everybody to back that project, and I can't get the link right now, unfortunately. Well, maybe if I go over to YouTube. But it was a fun chat with them, and I learned a few things, and it was fun to here. Actually, I can get here we go. I can get the Cy Berry book link this way. Sad Sack. Yeah, there's probably more Sad Sacks out there. You're right, on calf than there are Phantoms by Cy Berry. Here we go. There we go. Now I've got it in the chat. Jenny Soydum says you finally acquired some original art and you need to start a calf gallery. Yes, exactly. First timers are always welcome. Don't be intimidated by the other calf galleries that are out there. That's usually the thing that we hear about the most that keeps people from starting their first calf gallery, is that they feel like, that when you're just getting started, you don't have a lot, you don't compare. Well, all of us started somewhere with with whatever we started collecting, whether it was commissions or sketch cards or some people diving right into published pieces. You at some point your portfolio is pretty meager until you've been collecting a few years. So don't let that hold you back. I mean, even if you only have 4 or 5 pieces, the thing is, once you start a calf gallery, you definitely will start meeting other collectors who are interested in the same things that you are. You'll find collections to follow and watch and get updates from. And I guarantee, you'll find some people whose collections you're interested in. You might have questions for them. Most people on CAF are very, pretty outgoing, and will answer most, questions you might have about getting into OA collecting. So don't let you hold yourself back from it. See, Rich Cirillo says he started with a Ratman piece of art. Okay. That is not what I would have expected, but again, not surprising, Rich Cirillo. Yes, and Newell says make a gallery. He Newell's is a relatively new collector, but he threw himself into the community, and yeah, and we've all enjoyed getting to know Stingray as a collector, friend, and fellow streamer out there these days. Trying to read through the chat again. Remember is to avoid, Marcus, have you actually seen me with a Zevia in the last 4 to 6 months? What's strange is I hit a point where Zevia helped me stop drinking Coca-Cola, and honestly, for like the last at least 4 months, if not 6 months, I haven't even opened a can of Zevia. So and it wasn't like I wasn't thinking about it. I just didn't need it. So, which is weird because it did give me that caffeine boost, but no, I've stopped. I've been drinking a lot more bottled water in the last 6 months than anything that kind of gave me some pep. So that's that actually it was a fun thing to realize that I've stepped away from the Zevia. See, yeah. Tim Guerrero says soda's bad for your health. That's what they keep telling me, Tim. That is what they tell me. Marcus is back to Coke. No, I have not. I've not gone back to anything. Which again, I'm telling you, I'm drinking more water. So, I mean, Chris Nork would be mad. I've even kind of started drinking some non-alcoholic beer, just as a total. I'm like, I don't know. It's a change of pace for me, but I'm dealing with it. Let's see. Hubby's collection is so big that Jenny says that her collection was well, that's good. Having a spouse that collects is always it's a good thing and a bad thing. I certainly started collecting long before my wife did, but the last piece of art that we brought into the house, which Maureen has not even opened, she bought it. She bought it on the after the Dueling Dealers episode with Anthony and Mike last week. There was a piece of what was it, Barbie artwork? I can't even remember. I think it was a piece of Barbie artwork that Anthony had that didn't sell. And when the show was over, she texted me and said that she'd tell Anthony she's going to buy it. So Anthony shot her an invoice, and the art arrived on Monday, and it's been sitting on the counter for the last 3 days. She hasn't opened it yet, but yes, that is always a good thing. So Jenny says her art has less boobs. Well, you're just getting started, Jenny. You never know where you're going to end up as a collector, down the road. But that's kind of funny because we're a segment that we're going to be watching as part of tonight's show is Wendy Peeney talking about a page that she loves. And honest to God, she is the first person that Kevin Sharp has interviewed that owns the artwork that they're talking about. And in it, she talks about her affinity for one of the characters, and that she bought a lot of artwork that had this male character in it because she as a young reader, she was like, he's cool. So yeah, you just never know. Some of the guys gravitate to the babes, and so it can go the other way around. Let's see what else we got. Goo only drinks water too. It's not alcohol. All right, well that's good. Powerade, Gatorade. I'm all for all those things too. Um, all right, where are we at? What did I get today? I had a few emails this week from people who had just some general questions about Art Scout. And I know that we've talked a little bit about Art Scout here, and which is of course the web crawler that is built right into CAF, populates all of our for sale search database. So it has over 300 pieces of art in it at any given time. So we're crawling, over 200 sites, which is inclusive of the sites we host. But one of the questions that came up this week was somebody wanting to know, what was the list of sites that we actually host, because those are the sites that we have, direct access to. And this is a collector who's been using this for a while. We don't really have a designation when you're getting Art Scout alerts that says you're getting this one like literally as it's being added to that that dealer's website, that art agent or art rep's websites. So I let them know that we do in fact have a page on Comic Art Fans that shows you which dealers we work with and host. And I can share a screen, just it's a good reminder for people. So when you're curious, it's anybody that is in this list, you're getting real-time art sale alerts from, which is really one of the many better features of our system. Nobody else can claim that they can stay real time with with art updates throughout through the internet, through the because of the network of sites that we have underneath our umbrella. But over on CAF, let's see. Man, everybody's talking about the stuff they drink and eat. Okay, but here, let me get back to Art Scout, because on the Art Scout page is actually where we list the list of dealers and reps and sites that we have direct access to their data. Some of these are because there's a few reps and agents that strictly use Comic Art Fans, a gallery, and they utilize the classified. So people like Three Wishes, who's the first one on the list, they're in here because they don't have a website. They only work with CAF to market their art for sale, and because they're premium members, all of their artwork gets put into the CAF classifieds in real time, so they get updated into our for sale inventory immediately and get pushed out through Art Scout updates. And then everybody else on this page, and it's, I can throw the link in the chat for those who want to click a link versus browsing around. It is underneath the resources section. Let's see, all of these sites are underneath there. Albert, Anthony, ArtDroids, Brit Comics Art, Catskill. I list Chiaroscuro here because Chiaroscuro, they literally have 10,000 pieces of art for sale on the site. They don't utilize their own website to post their art for sale. They do all of their art posts through the CAF classifieds. And if you're on their mailing list, you'll see that they literally, when they do art drops, or they ask you to kind of follow them, they tell you, here's our link to our CAF gallery, watch our CAF gallery. That way you stay updated with any art drops that they're doing. Comic-Con Art, Felix, of course, got Superpowers, Mitch over at Graphic Collectibles, you got Higher Consciousness Collectibles, Quan and Next Comic Art, Nick, NSN, Scott Eater, Bermuda, Shasta Phoenix runs through here, Splash Page, Tatiano, Will, Panel Page. I mean, you name it, but that's the list. So over, I think it's like 35 art dealers, we have all of their inventory in real time, synced up with Art Scout. So where's Spencer's site? I don't know. You tell me where's Spencer's site. It's still in the 1990s, if I'm not mistaken. But is Cadence still there? Cadence is long gone, Marcus, as we all know. As are the Inky Knuckles. Yeah, they used to be listed on our stuff. We used to crawl their both of theirs, but no longer. But with that, just quick reminders, because I'd like to think that most people are utilizing Art Scout properly. But you can see the big button right on here. When you're logged in and checking out stuff, you can always easily get in there and update your keywords for Art Scout. And premium members have 100 keywords that they can set up. Non-premium members have 10. So, if you just set up your popular things that you're looking for, whether you have a favorite artist or you only like covers. I have covers as a keyword, or do I have just cover? That would be singular, cover. But I got that's what I got, Cyclops and elementals and all the good stuff in there that I like to follow. But that's the easiest way to get to manage your Art Scout keywords as well. It is also, of course, available underneath your avatar, and it's the third item in the list, Art Scout keywords. So you can get to both of those, and then kind of tied into all of that stuff is the number one feature everybody always wanted when we were building out the crawler. All this time was a way to manage which sellers you get updates from and which ones you don't. So from this page, you can pick which sellers you don't get. Right now, I mean, just for testing, Ken from Over4C, I've just turned you off. He doesn't update his site too often, so I'm not missing anything. But Quan Chang, all right, we're going to turn Quan back on. That was a test a while back. Tony Daniel, I do like seeing what Tony posts. And then I have eBay turned off here too. But this allows you to kind of configure which dealers you want to get alerts from. By default, we turn everybody on, but you can go through and turn off the folks that you don't want to see updates from. 4C has a new site. Yes, that was why they stopped updating for a while. Ken hasn't given me he has a different URL. See, Murdoch, I got to talk with Ken. He and I missed each other at Heroes, and he told me he was working on one. So eventually, I'm going to have to turn his stuff off. Tim wanted to know, is that list from Art Scout the same one from the market data search? Oh, you mean as far as the dealer market data search? Yes, it is actually. Outside of the CAF classifieds, people, we don't put we're not going to store CAF classifieds market data from sales there, even if they are a dealer. But Tim, you're absolutely right. If we go over and take a look at the art dealer market data, and we took a look at which dealers were in the list, any of the dealers whose sites we've ever hosted, ever, because even if we don't host them any longer, we still have the data from them, like Fanfare. Fanfare closed their doors. I think it was the first year of the pandemic, so around maybe 2021, could have been 2022, but we still have all of their sales history. Felix, GAC. I mean, you name it. IX Gallery, we hosted the original IX Gallery site prior to them switching onto their own platform. So yeah, any dealer that we host today or have ever hosted are in our dealer market data inventory. So for those of you who are premium members, you now know that you have access to both dealer market data and all the auction market data that we have. And where do you get to it? We've put it underneath the for sale menu. It's this last set of tools. I have a link to get in to manage your Art Scout stuff from there, but also your auction and dealer market data. So, so if you've ever want to know, how come I have, that's a good question, Marcus. I would love to have Danzig on, honest to God. And shoot, I'd love to get him to come out to OAX sometime. He would be an interesting person to talk to. I'd love to know about all the Kirby pieces that have passed through his hands over the years, and the pieces that still are in his hands. Um, let's see. But as an example, right? I mean, I can just set it to Berkey, and what do we want? We want to look at Ramita Senior art sales from RamitaMan.com, and have no. You can set date ranges in here, order by highest price, all of that. You can pick. You can pick a lot of different variables with this, but the average price of a Ramita Senior piece sold by Mike Berkey is $4,852. He has 582 sales in the time period that we have tracked for Mike, which actually goes back to. I mean, I think Mike's site was built in 2005. So, even if you're not, market data is good for, pricing, especially if you're looking at the last, say, 3 to 5 years of sales. But beyond that, market data is just so useful just to find out if something was ever available. So you can go back in time and see stuff that Mike sold back in 2005. And I'm sure if he were to go back, he'd probably shed a tear or two. But he sold almost $3 million worth of Ramita Senior artwork in that 22, 23-year window. And we have it all. We don't store the largest image from the dealer sites we host. By and large, most dealers delete their artworks when they sell them. Not all of them. We know that. But Mike and Glenn and Will and a lot of other dealers do. So what we started doing about 10 years ago was we stopped deleting the thumbnail image. So because whenever a dealer adds art to their site, we save a thumbnail and a large image. So we started deleting just the large image and leaving the small thumbnail image out there, just so that we could always reference it in our market data, and our dealer market data. So you can't click on these to get a bigger image, but it gives you a good idea of what the image was. Like, strangely enough, we're going to be looking at this piece today because I picked it as one of the calf picks. It's in Michael Lovitz's collection. It tells you what the price was and when he sold it to him. So yes, it's an invaluable research tool. So yes, I might be suffering from a little, but it's been 6 months. I think I'm over the withdrawal symptoms of Zevia, and when I do go to the movies, I do still pick up a Coca-Cola, large, when it's bigger than like a big gulp these days when you get one from the movie theater. So at any rate, there you go. That was a good reminder about dealer market data, Tim. Thanks for bringing that up. That the dealers whom we host, we always store their sales history and have access to that. It's just kind of part of the deal. They get the incredible benefit of us marketing their art for sale as they post it, and we have access to the research going forward. Now, yeah, there's actually a few things that we still have to tweak and get added back into to our market data, both dealer and the auction data. But that's something that we'll probably be working on a month or two down the road. No, Tim, see, you missed this. It's we no longer market data is not separate anymore. I figured everybody was aware of that. Market data is now rolled into the premium membership. Remember that previously, if you wanted to have a premium membership and market data, it was $75 for 2 different subscriptions. So we rolled it, we got rid of the market data subscription, and now there is only a premium membership for $120 a year that includes market data. So effectively, for the hundreds of people who were paying for both at $150, we basically lowered their annual costs from 150 to 120. So yes, that was the plan. So we do not you cannot access market data separately any longer. It's a premium membership or bust. So which is better. We almost, honestly, God, it was probably five to 10 people who subscribed to market data but weren't premium. So it really wasn't affecting too many people. And I'd like to think that those same people would benefit from all the things that the premium membership offers. Even if they don't even have a calf gallery, at the very least, having access to Art Scout and real-time alerts is more than worth it. Peter Rose says premium membership or bust. Yeah, we need to make bumper stickers with that on it, Peter, don't we? That would make a whole lot of sense. Uh, Alberto, you pay attention to that kind of stuff. I know that. But at any rate, I don't think that I think I covered all the stuff I wanted to cover about Art Scout. But I'm glad that Tim brought up the market data stuff. But to access market data, you can pretty much we didn't do the best job on the old site format before we went mobile friendly with how to get access to all of the different searches, because there are really 5 primary searches on CAF, right? There's the overall site gallery search. There's the classified search, there's the art for sale search, and then the other 2 searches being both auction market data and dealer market data. So like when I'm on this dealer market data search results page, you can see I have these 4 other links right here. You'll always have the other 4 search result links here with counts. So when I'm searching for Romita Senior on dealer market data, I have a link for auction market data results, which has another set of 1,435. There's 543 active for sale results for Romita Senior, 22 classifieds, and in the member results, 1,088. So this is just a quick and easy way to kind of hop over to different spots within the site with those 5 primary searches that we have. And like there, I clicked over to the main search, and now you can see I can get over to the dealer results, which is kind of interesting. The dealer result link count says 783 now, and we saw when it was just set to Romita, it was like 540. So Berkey, by and large, sells the most Romita Senior artwork. We already all knew that. So am I still able to look up dealer market data? If you're not a premium subscriber, Tim, then no, you would not have access to the dealer market data. Anybody who was just a market data subscriber had their market data subscription converted to a premium subscription when the changeover happened. And anybody who was both even had their premium membership expanded to include the extra market data time. Oh, no, no, Tim, you're fine. Anybody who is a $75 a year premium membership subscriber, say your membership expires in January, right? Because you renewed this last January at $75. You're getting the benefit of having market data as part of that $75 amount that you paid way back when, back in January. When you renew, you'll just be renewing the premium membership amount and the new amount at $120, and market data is rolled into that. So there, I think we got it right. Steve Crow's a premium member person these days. For those who don't know, he actually, right after I saw him in Beverly Hills, I could tell he was feeling a little guilty, and he ended up going and going premium, I think within a day or somewhere around in there, if it even took that long. But just so folks can know, because so guys like Tim who have actually not seen the new subscription page, when your time comes up to subscribe, I know the last method that you used to see was a bunch of PayPal buttons on there for premium, market data, or both. The new system looks just like this. For me, it actually knows that I'm a premium member, but it still gives me the options, because you can actually add a year to whatever your current expiration is. Like right here on mine, it says that my premium membership is going to expire on 6/8/2027. So if I wanted to, I could add an extra year right now. But for those, Tim, like when you become due, you're going to be sent to this page here. And the difference is you can now set it to $120 dollars for the year as a recurring payment so that you never have to think about it again, or you can set it to a non-recurring payment. It's one or the other. And when you're all set, you just click how you want to pay with a credit card or your PayPal balance, those kinds of things. Yeah, see, it doesn't like me doing it because it knows I'm the PayPal holder. I'd have to click debit and credit card. But it essentially, you have to be logged in when you do this. You go in and you make your payment, and it goes back. It goes over to PayPal, takes care of the payment processing there, and then when it sends you back, you are automatically upgraded to a premium member or renewed. Or if you're renewing like a week from now, the payment actually won't be taken until the day it needs to renew. But the cool thing here is that especially for me, when we have the Comic Art Lives, no more manually upgrading people's accounts in the 10 minutes leading up to the first art drop for Comic Art Live. You guys who anybody who's late and coming in and doing their premium subs a day of will actually just have it automatically happen. So yeah, that is a huge benefit for us here at CAF, not to have to worry about that any longer. And yeah, we all are looking forward to Steve Crow's high resolution stuff. So there you go. That's all that. But I covered way more than I thought I was going to talk about and down that path. But if anybody has any other questions related to Market Data, Art Scout, or premium memberships, I'm happy to answer them. You can always just email me directly, and I can take care of you that way too. Bill at comicartfans.com. What do we do this week? I know we've got a couple things that are getting updated on the site tomorrow, just some minor stuff related to the overall site search. And one thing that I know we updated in CAF Mail this past week was getting the WYSIWYG on the mail message editing. That was something that was kind of on our list for a while. I think it might have been there for a day once, right? I can't even remember, but it wasn't perfect. So we did add that back in, which is just good because the formatting looks so much better with the WYSIWYG editor. Kazra says Crow has started a GoFundMe to buy himself a good scanner. That's all right. I think we would probably support him in that endeavor. We could even let him write the press release for that. Manuel. Well, I can tell you that we probably have to talk about it internally. But yes, we did say that we felt we were going to have a 3-month option. It's not in there right now, because typically we only ever promoted 3-month options with when it was right around Comic Art Live time. So I can't promise it because I don't remember exactly where we left it off. Uh, but it could happen. The 3-month option was something that a lot of people did take advantage of. I mean, at the end of the day, it would probably be priced at like $55 or something, because we made it almost half of what it would be if you were doing a half a year. So it's but at any rate, that's something that I can probably get an answer for everybody in a week from now. Kessler says he sent Crow a scanner without a cable. What is wrong with that gentleman, man? But anyways, that's Crow for you. So, but I can't, I can't promise you or not promise you that we won't have something in there. And the cool thing with that, would be that it does give us the flexibility for people to have shorter terms that auto renew if they really want to go that route. But it wasn't something that we were going to have in place when the changeover happened to the new method for paying for premium memberships. Oh, Alberto. Oh, there you go. So Casper, he took care of Alberto. And Mr. Berman, nice to see you, and thanks for that email the other day. Marcus, yeah, that's probably true. All right, moving right along. I don't think I think I covered the Cyberry part, and I put the link in the chat for everybody so you can sign up for Cyberry's list. I actually did get an update from it. It was just a reminder that everything was going to get started on Tuesday for them. So I see they got 209 people signed up for updates. So for those of you who haven't done it, get out there and do it. Let's see. Sorry, reading a few things here. All right. So you know what? We might as well do the. Oh, you know one thing I messed up, and I can't believe I messed it up in the mailing because I never make mistakes on that on the Thursday mailing, right? I did say that the art that Wendy Pini picked was from Dick Ayers, and it was not. It was Don Heck. Man, that Don Heck just does not get the accolades he deserves, even when even when Wendy Pini picks a piece of art of his. But it was a Don Heck piece of Avengers art. But one of the things I meant to do, because I knew that Wendy Pini actually has a Kickstarter going on right now. I didn't put the link in the email, so I was kicking myself after I sent that, because that was part of what I wanted to promote for her. So I'll throw that in here for those of you who are Wendy Pini fans like I am, even though I don't own anything by her. She does have a current Kickstarter that I think has a week to go on it. I don't know if it has any art levels. I didn't get a chance to look at it before the show started, but there you have it. A link to her Mask of the Red Death book by Wendy Pini. So yeah, I know, no disrespect to Mr. Ayers or Mr. Heck. I mean, they're not interchangeable in any way, right? Their art does not look the same. I guess maybe depending on the inker, it might look a little similar. But no, Don Heck is the man. I know everybody loves Wendy, Tim. But yeah, so thanks to Kevin Sharp. He did an interview with Wendy with her talking about a page that she loves. It runs about 11 minutes, but it's fun listening to Wendy. I've only gotten the chance to talk to her a couple times at Heroes, and never more than just saying hi and how much I love her work, and that's about it. She's always pretty busy, but yeah, I'm big on it, Marcus. I'm big on it, but I don't own any of it. So if anybody ever sees a vintage piece by Wendy out there, just a character illustration, shoot me an email, because it's funny. The early Dueling Dealers episodes, I feel like every 12th episode we had a piece of Wendy Pini art. I just kept thinking, oh, one of these days I'm going to buy one, and I never did. And I feel like they just don't come up anymore. The last 3 years, I've maybe only seen one or two like ElfQuest pieces out there, Cutter or something. It's just they're not as frequently for sale anymore. So see, Tim remembers. So yes. So you guys, as a network, do me a favor. You see a Wendy Pini convention sketch, single character illustration available for sale somewhere, shoot me an email. Let me know. I'm going to try to pick it up because they're just not out there like they used to be. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the page that Wendy loves, and one that she actually owns. So here we go.
Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Sharp. Welcome to another edition of A Page I Love. Today, I'm joined by Wendy Pini, of course, one half of the creative team behind ElfQuest. But today, we're going to be diving into the Marvel Universe. Let me start by saying, Wendy, welcome to the show, and thanks so much for joining me.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm looking forward to chatting with you about this.
You're going to be talking about an artist that nobody has yet mentioned of any of our guests. Will you please let the viewers know the comic and the artist we're going to be discussing today?
This is Don Heck, and this is the Avengers.
I believe that we're in issue number 32.
Yes, it was issue number 32.
Would this be an issue that you had seen when it came out originally? Would you have found this as a back issue? Do you remember where this first came to you?
I would have been 15 or 16 years old, and I would have been on my monthly hunt at Safeway grocery store for the spinner rack, and going through all my favorite Marvel titles, which weren't many, but I was very regular about the Avengers and the Fantastic Four. I would have been there with my mother, supposedly helping her shopping, but I would have been going through the comics rack.
This is an Avengers lineup that is not quite what people think of as the quote unquote the big guns of the characters.
Oh, these are the best the Avengers ever were, and I will stick to that till the day I'm under the ground.
That's what I was going to ask you. This was still a team that you enjoyed?
Of course. I mean, we always imprint on our first loves. It was Captain America, Goliath the Wasp, Scarlet Witch, and most especially Hawkeye, who I had a tremendous crush on.
You were not only a fan at the Safeway spinner rack, but now as a professional after all this time in the business, let's take a look at this page and tell us kind of what jumps out at you.
All right, first let me start with Don Heck's drawing style. He was not a major favorite and still isn't among most Marvel fans. In fact, for a while there was a let's rag on Don kind of a campaign. But I have always been one of his major defenders because he may, in a sense, have been one of our earliest manga artists, because Don's style was very simple, very linear, not as rounded and detailed and structured as, say, a John Buscema or even a Jack Kirby. Don's drawing style was spare, and he made his point with as few lines as possible. And even as a teenager, I recognized that because that was the type of drawing I loved to do. And so I immediately gravitated to his style. And of course, he's the designer of Hawkeye, and he always gave Hawkeye the spotlight when he was working on the Avengers. So, whenever I saw an issue was drawn by Don, I was like, oh boy!
Your crush is going to get the spotlight.
My crush is going to get the spotlight. But beyond that, just look at this page. What you are seeing is camera work like few artists ever used back then. It opens with a large panel on top. You've got a close-up. You've got a medium shot in the background, and no background structure of any kind to speak of, because that's not needed. Don knew what he wanted you to focus on, and the color would take care of the rest. All right, in the second panel, his camera has changed, and what do you see? You see only a partial view of Goliath's body, and yet that's Goliath. And then Hawkeye is positioned at a different angle, and Jan is there. And the wonderful thing about it is the way the characters are interacting with their facial expressions rather than with their dialogue. You can see that just by the body stances, they're concerned about something. Okay, the phone rings. Now we come to the panel that blew my mind and made me a better artist for all time. Because here is a major close-up of Hawkeye. You don't even see his full face. You see the tips of his fingers covering the phone. And you hardly see anything of the phone, but he's covering that phone receiver. And just by suggesting with these bits and pieces, rather than doing, an average medium shot showing the entire torsos and all of the phone and maybe even the table the phone was on, which would have been boring as heck. See, this way you get into the emotion. He's just received a phone call that he's really freaked out about, and you can see it in his eyes. Again, the facial expression just totally grabbed me and taught me how to engage the reader through facial expression. Things like this just made me a better artist. All right, and then now you've got, in the next panel, you've got an establishing shot in a different location with different characters. And because they are different characters and they are not necessarily familiar to the reader, so we've got a good look at these characters, in a medium shot. And finally, in the final panel, oh my goodness, we've got just all kinds of things going on, and the tease for the serpents. This is a loaded page, but at the same time, if you look at the spareness of the drawing, it's not a complicated page. It's a page that your eye can take in and know what is going on in every panel. And this is a gripe I have about comics today. because the trend in comics today, and it's been going on for a long time, really, is that artists are just cramming pages full of panels, or maybe they will just have one standing figure of the hero, in a pose, and several panels next to it that are just crammed. And you look at the page and you can't really tell what's going on or what the story is about. One of my favorite things about these old comics back in the 70s and late 60s is that you could pick one up off the stands, you could flip through it, and you could get a very good idea of what was going on in the story, even without reading the dialogue. I think this is still very important. I think it's turning into a lost art of letting the reader know what's going on through the art, and the dialogue, the captions, just kind of supplement it. I also think perhaps Don's work might have attracted some women readers that Jack and John might not have, because women look for other things when they read comics. Women look for story first. Story, 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 and they look for character relationships. That's what I was looking for. I found family in the Fantastic Four, and I found another kind of family in the Avengers. They were scrappy. They were continuously scrapping with each other and always getting on each other's nerves, but you could tell that a family unit was forming there, and I was fascinated with that. I didn't care who was stronger or who could beat up who. This is why Hawkeye was my favorite, because he was human. He was vulnerable. He was so-called the quote-unquote weakest of the Avengers, but that's what made him more heroic than any of them, as far as I'm concerned, because he got right out there with the others, with the gods and the superheroes. And he did his very best with what he had. I loved that.
This would normally be the place in the interview where I ask the guest if you own any original art by the artist we're discussing. In this case, viewers might have noticed a signature at the bottom of this page inscribed to you. So will you please let us know the story of how this page came into your collection?
Well, it's a story that has been repeated in our household many times, because Richard is one of the best hunters and gatherers you will ever encounter when it comes to comics collecting of any kind, whether it's art or rare issues. So I told Richard about this page. I explained to him why I loved it, and he kept an eye out for the original art. And it's my understanding that he found it at a convention, and he got Don's signature and presented it to me as a gift that I practically fell over in a faint. But this is kind of normal for Richard. He has done this many more times than once.
Well, may we all be lucky enough to have a spouse or a partner who would present us with a page of comic art that meant a lot from childhood. Wow, I think I'd fall over too. Is this framed on your wall right now, or is this in a portfolio? Where do you keep this?
We have it very carefully stored in our archives. We have some very precious things we don't ever intend to let go of, and that is one of them.
Right. Why don't we transition over to your work now? I know you have a Kickstarter going at the time this will be airing about a classic story speaking of going way back, forget the Avengers of the Silver Age, way back. Will you please let us know about this project?
Well, I'm a major Edgar Allan Poe fan, always have been. And my favorite story of his is The Mask of the Red Death. Back in 2008, I created a webcomic where I reimagined the story as a futuristic biotechnical plague. And I peopled it with new characters, and it was my desire to examine why the characters did what they did and turned their backs on humanity. And it turned out to be a 400-page graphic novel. And also, on top of that, it became a Broadway-style musical. I found a composer, and it took us a number of years. The score was completed in 2022. And it's the project has over the years just grown bigger than I ever imagined, but it's as big as the size of my love. This is a true love project. Anyway, to the Kickstarter, Flesk Publications is publishing the 400-page graphic novel. It is the most beautiful package you ever saw. The Kickstarter for it was launched yesterday, and within 4 hours, we met our goal. So we're going for the next level up now for the rest of the month. I'm just so excited about this and so grateful to everybody who's shown their interest and has donated. You can go to the Flesk Publications website and find the link to the Kickstarter there.
Yes. Well, why don't we give a shout out to our mutual friend, John Fleskus, and the great work that he does at his publishing company.
Oh, yes, we are shouting long and loud for John. He's not only a terrific publisher with whom we have worked for many years and produced some of our favorite books. He's also a great guy and a good friend.
Thank you again for joining us and giving us a chance to look at, I think what everybody would agree is probably a page by an underappreciated Silver Age artist.
All right. Thank you so much.
There you go. Underappreciated Don Heck. And I saw Alfredo said, we'd love to see her on a interview one day. Yeah, no, I've always thought about asking her and Richard to come on and do a creator interview, and for whatever reason, I've just never done it. So we need to fix that. I would love to have them on. It'd be a lot of fun to get their perspective on things. Maybe she could dig up a few old photographs of herself that we can throw out there just for fun. Oh boy, Kesser wants us to have a giveaway. Hashtag Bill got me nothing. Yeah, many of you can lament that, but it's funny. While that was playing, I was browsing around on CAF, and I noticed that Tom McDonald actually posted his connecting sketch card that he got from the giveaway from last week. Let's see here. So here is his picture in his CAF T-shirt. The green color, which I don't believe Rich Danny's, you didn't get this one. You got the one that was like that dull green. I don't remember what they call it over on TeePublic, but I don't think it's as good. This one, at least the logo kind of pops on it. And usually a lot of times they put that logo really low. So it's kind of cool to actually see it up high. I hate when they put it like literally like this, like the logo here is in a good spot for Mark. Mark A did not pay me to wear this shirt today. I just happen to have it on. But so often when they print logos, they print them too low. That's actually pretty good. And there's Albert Moy fan. It does look like it was actually signed by Jim Lee. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It does say Jim Lee 1 of 1. So it looks like Tom got the super rare Albert Moy fan variant from San Diego Comic-Con 2026. Yeah, you could do that, Tom. Definitely. It's not a real giveaway, Tom. It's not. It's Kazer's just making fun. So, and what was it? There you go. There's the Michael McLean artwork. There were 3 connecting cards. Michael gave us a bunch of those at one point to use as giveaways, so it seemed like a good opportunity to give them away. And when I did the poll, Tom got that one. Congrats, Tom. And as it is an absolute Moy, Chris Snorrick. While that was playing, Chiaroscuro actually sent an email letting everybody know that they're updating their CAF gallery tomorrow. I mean, literally, they don't update their website; they update CAF. So yes, they're doing it at noon tomorrow. And guess what? You don't get you can get the scoop on it because if you're an Art Scout user, premium subscriber to CAF, you pretty much get the full update tomorrow when it happens, right to your phone. If you have the app, you get push notifications for it. So yeah, Rich Danny's wanted military green, and he got like a rotten mustard green color that didn't appeal to him. I get it. There you go, Marcus. There is no hashtag giveaway tonight, man. Not tonight. Maybe at Christmas time, the Bill got me nothing hashtag will be one that we revel in, but not tonight. So, speaking of reveling in things, it was actually, gosh, I can't remember. I think this was before we even went to San Diego. We recorded an unboxing. Kaz and I had we were hanging out, having a meeting, and at the end of the meeting, he was like, "I got a piece of art. I'm gonna open it." And we're like, "Well, we're gonna do an unboxing video." So we recorded it. It had to have been before San Diego, maybe like right before we left, because I kind of forgot about it. And then I happened to be in the StreamYard studio, and I saw that there was a recording saved, and and sure enough, it was Kazra's unboxing video of an artwork that he purchased in July. So we didn't have time to play it last week, but I did actually load it up in the studio tonight. So here you have a nice piece of art that will be opened up by Kazra, and I'll share links to the artist's web store so you can check out some of their artwork if you're not familiar with it, because it's an illustrator that sets up at IX every year and is actually incredibly well known and respected. But I don't think too many people in kind of the comic art side of the world are really familiar with his work. But yeah, let me fire this thing off here. Where is it? There it is. What did you? So is
Can I
this
just get back to
something
showing you a piece of art that I got, Bill, that I thought you'd be interested in? I should probably cover the addresses, but here's proof. And it's an artist that we both like. I've been selectively buying some pieces from him, and I saw this one, and I had to get it. Of course, the package is not ready for unveiling on camera.
Oh, it appears well packed.
It's well packed, but it's not like the 14 things you got to open and while you're making everybody twiddle their thumbs and waiting to see the art. Let's see. All right. Definitely, this one's not exactly comic art. All right. Well, it's come in. Wow. They put it in a mat to protect it. That's nice. So the artist is Gary.
Oh, sweet.
Lippincott. Wonderful man, wonderful family. And this image got me. I've collected tarot decks for 30 plus years and studied them. And there are certain cards that have resonated with me over the years for whatever reasons, from the Fool to the Universe in the main the trumps, if you will. The Hermit is one that I've come back to, and when I saw this piece, the depiction was very close to how the Hermit is depicted across a number of decks and traditions. So you have this figure with the cane. He's leaning forward. He's got a lantern on the cane lighting the way, but he's got these really great companions on the path, the crows, and this awesome monkey that you could probably write an entire story around. And this is why this guy is such a phenomenal illustrator, wonderful brain, and incredible relaxed, carefree, almost technique. Couldn't recommend Gary, and his Moore's daughter is working with him now closely and repping him, and you might see him at OAX.
Now, what's
Done.
his domain name? Okay, it's
Sorry?
done. What's his domain name? Is it?
It's GaryLippincott.com. So GaryLippincott.com. With the magic of post-production, it may even be on the screen. And they have an updated website, and they're adding art to the store pretty regularly now. And the price of something like this is embarrassingly low. I mean, Gary will do the full-on watercolors and published pieces, and his prices go do 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 do. But this stuff, he's practically giving it away and wanting it in people's homes to enjoy. So I've grabbed a few. I've definitely grabbed. I have one just next to me.
Shoot, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's with glare. It's still beautiful. It's a wonderful Memento Mori. It just all seems really effortless, and it has such a heart as part of it. He's extraordinary. I really love him. I love that guy.
As do I.
Yep.
He's fantastic.
So we can stop recording now. This awkward poor lighting. I'm going to be late for my next meeting. Recording is over.
Yes, it is. And it would have been so nice if I would have had like little twinkling stars coming right across there when he put the domain. I meant to do that, but I blew it. Oh well. But yes, nice pickup, Kazra. Very nice pickup there. And Gary Lippincott is a favorite of mine. Super nice guy. You can't miss him. Once you meet him once, you'll never forget his face or his stature. Because he's a very tall man, and he looks he's a cool dude. And he always exhibits at IX, and I'm just throwing the link in the chat for those of you who don't know what IX is. You can go over to imaginativerealism.com. If you click on the main show link, you can kind of see the artists that get that go there. It's a juried art show, happens every year. They're having their 19th one in I think it's like October 23rd through the 27th. It's like a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday through a Sunday. So I'm probably got that date wrong. But I know Gary will be there. Kazra and I will be there. Tatiana will be there. Pat and Jeannie Wilshire will be there because they host the thing. And I think like 325 artists are there. It's a great show. So for those of you in Western, they can get to Western PA easily. It's a very good show to go to. Highly recommend it. I was actually emailing with Patrick earlier today. I have a meeting with him on Sunday. We're talking about doing a show maybe around the third week in September, where we'll try to get Patrick to come on, and probably Tatiana and Kazra will join us, and maybe we can get a few of the artists that are going to IX as well, just to talk a little bit about the show and to show off some of the cool things that they do there and the amazing amount of artwork. You won't, as far as the number of artists at a show, there aren't many. They're on par with Heroes at the end of the day, because they basically end up with a whole building and then a separate pretty large conference convention space that they do. Jason Richardson wishes there was more Cap Mask. He's wishing it from Facebook, so he's all by himself on Facebook doing that. Southern Comic Geek, where are you, man? You should be over here on YouTube where all the cool people are hanging out. But it's okay. I sent Jason, I think you got your email today. I sent you the Gabriel Hardman link to the tracking information for that piece. See, Jason's a smart guy. After we did the show with Hardman last week, he did some follow-up with us, and a piece that wasn't even in the show. He reached out and said, would Gabriel still have this? Is it available? What's the price? And so we managed to work out a deal after the show for a cover that Jason was after. So yeah, it worked out really well. So a good reminder, though, two things that I want to remind you with before we do the schedule is, and I see Kazra putting some good reminders out there too. September is OAX 2027 launch. We got a lot of stuff coming out for that. But yes, so brace yourselves is right. Strap yourself in, boys and girls. OAX 2027 is about to get in full swing, and then you know what that means. Pre-OAX is just around the corner. But Gabriel Hardman, I'm only going to have Gabriel's work for about another week. I think we're going to mail it back to him next Friday. So for those of you who maybe missed the sale that we did a couple Saturdays ago, I'm putting a link in the chat that goes to the artwork that we still have available from Gabriel. But as I just mentioned with Southern Comic Geek, if by chance there's something that Gabriel's done that isn't in the artwork that we have, we're always happy to help you guys out facilitating a sale. Gabriel's good at packing. he shipped Jason's artwork out the other day. So that link takes you over to the CAF gallery room of Gabriel's work. And this is also a good reminder that if you go to this gallery right now, let me put it in the link, watch that gallery for updates. That's the official CAF gallery. That's where we do all of our art drops. So after a show, the artwork that doesn't sell, we post to there. We did a Brian Hitch art drop this past Friday. It was a Friday. It was Friday afternoon. Sold, gosh, I don't know. We sold about 11 or 12 pieces. And once again, it was like people saw some G.I. Joe artwork that we had. A couple pieces sold immediately. So somebody reached out asking if there was any more artwork from a particular issue. So I dug out some stuff and we sold like 6 other pages just because of that. So, you know, following that CAF gallery is the way to go. So click the link and click the watch button up at top. So that's what you do. That's how you follow it. And there's not enough people following it. There's only like 93 people watching that gallery. There should be like 193. There's 94 now. I just watched it go up one. So thank you, whoever did that. More of you should do that. But that's how you makes it easy so you never miss an update from CAF when we're dropping artwork. We don't have a lot of well, I mean, sales-wise, well, I'll bring up the schedule now. We don't have a lot, really anything on the Saturday schedule in the next 4 to 6 weeks as far as art drops with artists. But I have a feeling that as we get closer to the end of the year, that will probably change. So here, well, here actually I don't have although I do have it in here, right there. This is a very full-looking schedule. If it will load on my screen, there it goes. I mean, a couple of these things dropped in my lap today. So let's see, what are the new things? Marko Djurdjevic. We have an interview with Marko. He's in Germany and he works with Splash Art. And so next Monday, because that's really the only time I could fit him in, and a 3 p.m. interview. So it's an odd time. It's an off time, but I always have loved Marko's work. He's had a very interesting career, both in comics, film, game design. He's kind of had his hands in a lot of different things, and he's working on some of his own IPs these days. I think he recently had a Kickstarter in the late spring or early summer. So, but he's actually coming to the States he's going to be at Dragon Con and again at New York Comic Con. So he doesn't get to the US too often. So I was talking with Mark today about some stuff, and he mentioned that would I be interested to have Marko come on and talk about his career? I'm like, sure. And of course, I'm sure we'll talk about his appearances at these shows. But again, it'll be an early afternoon show, but fun. I mean, I've actually been trying to work out some shows with a few Europeans and one Australian, and all of them are leaning towards like weekend shows that would be more at that time frame. So I would expect to see us doing some more shows earlier in the day. This one just happens to be on Monday. Then that second name probably nobody recognizes. I met this gentleman at the Beverly Hills Heritage Office when I did the panel there, and we emailed a few times after the show. His name is Tom Tataranowicz, and again, you've never heard of him, but you know his work. He is he's both he's worked in film. He's as a director, storyboard artist. He's been a producer, studio head. He's done a lot, and he's worked on things like shows from animated shows from like Ghostbusters to She-Ra to Hulk, Iron Man. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It's funny. I asked him if he'd ever worked with Will Mineo, and he knows Will, but they actually have never worked on a project together, although they worked on in the same studio a lot over the years. So, and the thing is, why was he at the Heritage Office? Because he's a huge art collector too. He's maybe one of the bigger Prince Valiant art collectors out there. So it's just going to be fun, interesting, and it'll be next Tuesday at 9:00, a regular Tuesday interview. Then we've got Dave Kopecky and Ben Breslin going in a amateur match. They're fourth next Wednesday. Scott Dunbier will be joining us on the CAF update next week to talk about the Baltimore Hero Initiative charity auction. We'll be showing off some artworks for that. Then Kezra and I are going to be hanging out at the Lucas Museum on September 5th. That is a members-only opening that happens at 7 p.m. So I know I've heard from a few people so far that are also going to be there. I know Ian Saint, Lee P, Carl Choi, Steve Mussolino are going. But anybody, let us know. Reach out to shoot me an email, bill@comicartfans.com, and we will. Curious how many people are actually going that are going that evening, because I think there were 2 nights that were the options to go. But if you're going, maybe we can set up a meetup after the fact, or maybe before. Maybe before is a bad idea. Do it after. There's got to be some place nearby where we could go out and maybe grab something to eat or a drink or something. But I'm looking forward to that. I'm flying in on Saturday morning and leaving Sunday morning. So I'm literally not. I don't even think I'm there 24 hours. But it was impossible to not want to go to see this Lucas Museum opening. Hopefully they allow photographs. I know a lot of people who've gotten to go in there have been posting on socials of late. And they've had no issues, it seems, with photography. So I hope to come back with a really good report for everybody from the Lucas Museum after that. Joe Manarino is going out of town. Originally, we had him slated to do a signature preview the week of the next signature auction, which I think begins on the, when does it begin? I think it begins on like the 24th. But since he's going out of the country, he needed to move it up. So we are now moving the Heritage Signature Auction preview to a Monday evening on September 7th. Then outside of that, we have an Anthony versus Rich match. You saw them grumbling with each other last night, so we decided to set up a match with them on 9/9. So make of that as you will. I told them they have to record a lot of new memes to make it more enjoyable for us all. So that's going on. Then after that, we of course have IC3 at Providence on September 26th. You can still get your tickets at ic3.art. They're only $5 each if you're in the Providence area. I highly encourage you to go. It's very much a CAF meetup opportunity. And I'm sure as we get closer to that, we'll be talking about which collectors are going to be there, which people from CAF are going to be there, and it's going to be fun. Then I have another charity auction preview with Mike Negan from New York Comic Con. So that's on I think that's on a Monday night as well. And then the Spidey Drug Story preview auction that's going to be going on at Comic Connect. We have 2 previews coming up with Comic Connect in September. Then the one, please put it on your calendars, and maybe think about what we do for Tatiana on September 30th. It's her birthday. She's doing like 100 sketch card drop of X-Men art from her crew, her team, and it'll be her birthday. So I think we'll have several artists from TD Art Gallery will be joining us, and it'll be a good time. Looking forward to that. And then I got a Hakes preview with Lawrence Klein, Dave Mandel, and a few other people I think are going to be joining us. That's in October. And I should mention, it's not on this list, but look out for an email tomorrow from DeTulio Art Collective. He's doing an art drop at 3 p.m., more than 100 pieces of art dropping on DeTulioArtCollective.com. And yes, 3 p.m. for that art drop. And if you're following Arts Scout, you should basically get an alert right around that time too, because we crawl his site a couple times a day. We'll do our best to get that out. And Bill got Tatiana nothing. There's still time for me, Kazra. There is still time. All right, so that's the schedule. Lots of stuff going on. September is packed. And then, of course, Comic Art Live just around the corner the weekend of November 14th and 15th. So start setting some art aside if you got art for sale, or start squirreling away some cash, because there'll be 7,000 or 8,000 new pieces of art dropping over that weekend. And you don't want to be broke when that weekend rolls around. All right, let me get this slide off my screen here and get Mr. Snork, who's in the green room, waiting. And wait.
Light that cigar, baby. Wisconsin beer break.
Got to get the heads bobbing.
Exactly. It doesn't work without that. I've been watching at dinner time, because Maureen and I are bored. The girls haven't been at dinner the last couple of nights. They do reruns of Family Feud, and they like compress like 2 episodes into one. So in a half hour, you get to see the same family win twice or win once and then lose the next time. It's I don't, was it scripted that they had to all grab each other in a circle and jump up and down when they won? because every family does it. I can never see in any point in history my family doing that. Not my current family, not my
No.
mom and dad and my brother. We would
No.
never do that. Even if we won $10,000, maybe high fives all around.
Sure.
But was this like a 70s, 80s thing? Because
I bet that's a trope at this point.
okay, they had to do that because every single family does it. I don't get it.
They have them at gunpoint. You can't see it. It's off camera.
Right, they're holding up, the cue cards. It says,
Yeah.
huddle up and jump,
Yep.
jump in a circle, raise the roof.
Mad at you.
Yeah. Okay. So what's your week been like? I always got to ask, any new art? Not, get anything new for the collection?
No. It's I'm in a real art funk here. Although I'm at that point where in the chat, let me know if you're the same way. When you haven't bought something in a few weeks, like everything starts to look good, and you get to that point where you're like, am I just gonna buy something to buy something? And then like 3 months from now, I'll be like, why the hell did I buy that? That's where I'm
Yes.
at right now.
It's what was it? Jenny Soydum, who's a new art collector. She'll experience that at some point. Yeah, no, of course. I mean, every time I go through the heritage sets, I found something today. I actually threw like 3 bids on things, probably for that very same reason. It's like,
I bid on things, but not in a way where it was like, I'm going to take this down.
right.
Yeah.
I bid on something today I'd like to get. Just
Okay.
yeah, I
Then
didn't.
you're not
But
featuring it.
I didn't go serious on it yet. But I felt like I put a bid in there that I bet doesn't get outbid for at least 3 days, and now I know Heritage will send me a text, next Wednesday at 7 or something when it's ending. But yeah, it's something that doesn't come up too often, and it's not a Wendy Peeney sketch. Everybody, I'm still looking for that one. Just remember, everybody's got my back, and it's not a Don Heck piece of art either.
Mm.
So let's see. What we can just get rolling through this stuff, man. We might actually get through get an early night out of the way here, but let's see. I got my hair. What's that?
I'm all for it.
You're all for it? Good. So am I. Did you hear me say I've been drinking a few non-alcoholic beers of late?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew that would make you shed a tear. You know what I bought? I actually bought whatever that Tom Holland stuff is, that Bero, Bero, and they have a golden pilsner that's actually pretty good. I haven't gotten an IPA yet, but it's surprising. I'm drinking it and I'm thinking, where's the buzz? I get nothing.
I know. You start to question reality.
It does feel a little weird when you're doing that, but I have to. I'm going to Halloween. What is it? Halloween Haunted Nights at Universal tomorrow,
Mhm.
and they got it's like they have at least 24 weird cocktails and stuff.
Right.
So even though I've only been drinking non-alcoholic beer for the last week, I'm gonna tie one on. Gwen's driving tomorrow, so I don't have to.
There you go. Let her rip.
Exactly, and they have a skull pizza. So somehow a pizza crust in the shape of a skull that's filled with like pepperoni and sauce and cheese.
Huh.
Can't imagine, but I'll take a picture of it before I eat it.
I've seen pumpkins and I've seen, like jack-o'-lanterns, and I mean, obviously hearts. So why not? Why not a skull?
Why not a skull? Exactly.
Maureen won't eat it though, right?
No, she's not gonna touch it. She's not going. She actually opted to not be a Universal like annual pass holder and just stick with Disney. And we get free passes, one free pass a year to go to this thing. And so the girls and I are gonna go. But they have a foot-long mozzarella stick. Come on. I mean, come on. That's insane.
Wow.
Gotta try that.
You'll be lactose intolerant the next day.
Yes. All right, heritage picks here, man. Let's take a look at what we got here. There was a lot of actually interesting stuff here, and a couple of the pieces I know you're gonna like. They had I picked 2 2000 AD pieces that were really nice, and there was at least a third. Last week there was a Bill Sienkiewicz Electro Assassin page that I was like, I could pick it, but that's an easy pick, and then
Doesn't need help.
I skipped it, but this time I had to pick it. The colors on this one are great. The composition's amazing. I love that green, the green panel at the end, but everything's so hot because of the violence. And this thing's already over $4,000.
So good.
with the car exploding and him flying. I mean, this is a great piece, and it's from
Yeah, it is.
Six. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be a few more. Maybe last week and this week, maybe there's going to be a couple more that pop up. That'll we'll get to see. Then this one I picked for you. It's a Mike Mignola, Hellboy: The Island, issue 1. Just
Ooh,
everything
good stuff.
in a Hellboy piece, right? A little bit of architecture, a crazy looking demon serpent, some religious trope,
Yeah.
and Hellboy. I think it's Hellboy in the last panel, looking like he's fallen in. I don't know where he's fallen into, but
I love the
good.
composition in that 4th panel.
Oh yeah, the 4th panel is what I really appreciated as well. Rich Cheney says, I heard something about that too, Rich. Though I don't think I got to see the piece before it was taken down. I don't know where I heard somebody say something about that. But anyways, great Mignola piece here. Then this is the first of my 2000 AD picks. Carlos Esquera from Prague, 255. I mean, this is gorgeous.
Oh, man.
This is a really, 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 really nice page. I mean, these don't go up that. I mean, it's already at 1450. So this is a hot, I mean, strike hard, strike fast, get out.
It's got rounded panel borders too, which I know you love.
I know, I do. But come on, this is a good one.
It is gorgeous.
And I think there's a second page by Carlos in the set as well. This is like one of the better ones I've ever seen. Let's see. I know we have one in between here, but this is a Gil Kane, Tom Sutton, Astonishing Tales slash. So you get Kazar and Zabu in the mean streets of New York City, probably. Look at those rats. Zabu's
just hungry for rat meat.
It's lunch. But I mean, look out, New York, right? This thing is, it's on like Donkey Kong. Anyway, I thought this was a good one. Title page here.
Yep.
Then this is the other 2000 AD piece I picked. It's a Glenn Fabry Slain page. But look at this thing, man. This is fantastic.
Man. Yeah, really nice.
Isn't this great? This
really pleases Fabry too. This
is good. It's 775. So it was just cool seeing these. I mean, I was shocked to see both of those. This quality. And Fabry we don't see too often.
Right.
2000 AD pages pop up. So yeah, I would expect these to do really well. One of them should be.
They're in that cool magazine format size too. That looks really good on the wall.
Yeah. Remember when Marvel stands? He says very preachy. Okay. Or when Papa says they're good pages. Yeah, I think one of those 2 pages will be in the top 3 sales for next week.
Yeah,
that's my guess. Then I picked this one because again, I kind of everybody knows I'm not a big Tuska fan, let alone it's a Vince Colletta inked page. This is a Power Man 18 page, and it was there's just something really nice about it. And the funny thing is, there's actually another Power Man page, not by Tuska. I forget who drew the other one, and it's funny. It's with the 2 of them smooching on it too. So it's like somebody must have had a thing. Wanted to get these pages, but I like this one. The composition's pretty nice, and
it's so romance comic.
Exactly. It's like Marvel showing its roots, right?
Yep.
Where a lot of these artists came from were romance comics. Remember Senior most notable, but
I mean, the panel layouts and everything, man, it's very evocative of that era.
Without question. Yeah, I wish I could remember who the artist was on the other Power Man page. But either way, this is a good one. I'm not familiar with Leo O'Melia. This is a Sherlock Holmes strip from 1930.
I saw this. Yeah, I really liked this.
Is this great? The line work on this thing is beautiful. I love the way, I mean, so it's 1930, so they're really experimenting with lettering here. This is all typeset on something else and statted onto the board. I just think this is really, really unique. I can't imagine it's going to sell for a lot of money, but I think it's fantastic. It's you look at it and say that it's not like a Carol Day. They're not zooming in. The characters are all the same size on the page, which feels a little weird. But it's 1930. They're still figuring out how to tell a story in comic strip form.
Right. You
So-
can feel it too, because they actually, what they remind me of are like chapter illustrations.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can tell why, right? I mean, it's just the time.
Right. Peter says they've had really, Peter, I don't know, maybe they just weren't as striking. This one, the lighting got me, and I there was no way I wasn't going to pick it today. So what
I
it
don't
is,
know that it was the same artist, but I saw one recently that was very similar style, and that one caught my eye too.
well, either way, this is a good one. It's only at $5 right now, so throw some bids in on that. Then I picked this one. It's a Tony Daniel piece, just because I thought it was a fun way to do the panels, right? I mean,
When I saw the thumbnail, I would have thought it was J.H. Williams.
I honest to God thought it was J.H. Williams at first, and I was going to mention, that we know he does similar kind of cool things there, but this is Tony Daniel with Sandu Floria doing the inks on it, but a cool page, really interesting, and clearly kind of like a flashback. I don't know what this is from, a Batman Endgame special edition, so I assume maybe this might be. I'm not sure. Who is that? Is that Robin? Who knows? But either way, it's just kind of telling a flashback story.
Mhm.
And I thought it was good. I like Tony's work a lot. I turned him back on my seller list for this earlier. So sorry, Tony. He's been off for like my list for about 8 weeks as I experimented with that. What else we got here? Dick Ayers. This one I picked because 3 panels, same size, almost like literally like a theater shape. So very cinematic. I felt like all 3 of these panels are just really well done. I mean, if I could see this as a Western film, the kind of the over the shoulder firing a gun, really great, on horseback center panel, and center panel is awesome. And then again, over the shoulder firing a gun at people riding away.
It does give you that like 16:9 feel, because they're long and narrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're right, Peter. Again, a Coletta inks on this one too. Then the last one. This one's kind of weird. It's got a peeper in it, but it's cool. It's from The Question. Dennis Cowan pencils, Rick Magyar inks, and plenty of zip on it. But the storytelling is just awesome. Even though it's a guy kind of peeping at some chick through a doorway. I thought this thing is awesome. And it's funny, I didn't know it was The Question when I first looked at it, and I certainly didn't think Dennis Cowan when I looked at it either.
Yeah, I agree. With the exception of the guy's face, like in the bottom half of that's Cowan-esque. Okay. But yeah.
But a cool page, very cool page. And there actually was a lot of interesting artworks overall in this auction, and not as many. It dropped down to, remember, they've been like 400, 410 every single week. This one was only about 355. So I don't know why they swung it down a notch, but that might be good for the lots. Get a few more bids. Chicks with zip, says Tom. Yeah, that is true. John Moore knows a thing about that. All right, so moving right along. EXP, we can watch their video. Nick Barucci, who probably was, we haven't seen Nick in the chat too much these days.
A couple weeks ago he was in there.
He was, but he just pops in. He's not in very long. I guess he's got his own life these days.
He's got beautiful meals to eat.
Yeah. Follow him on his socials, everybody. So the EXP tomorrow at 7:00 on all of the usual places. He has got some art for sale, and we can see what he's bringing right now.
Everybody, this Friday, August 28th, I almost said October, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the Original Art Experience. We're going to have original art. It's going to be very green focused. A lot of Green Lantern and maybe another green character. But before I move forward, wherever you're watching this promo, please hit that thumbs up. Sharing is caring. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you think you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications. All right, Green Lantern, the show, one of my 2 favorite DC characters. We're going to have lots of Green Lantern. Let's start with this double-page spread by Ivan Reyes with Green Lantern and Sinestro. fighting, if I remember correctly, a Red Lantern. That's a problem with it being black and white and no word balloons. Then we have from 1960, I don't even remember, 3, give or take, Green Lantern number 11, page 23. Does it say it on the back? 1960. Oh my stars and garters. Then we're going to have, since the Manhunters seem to be coming, we have the Millennium miniseries. Joe Staton art. Pretty cool with the Manhunters at the bottom, the Guardians, the Green Lantern Corps, John Stewart. Then we're going to have a little bit of Guy Gardner by Joe Staton. And look at this. You get Sinestro. You even get Lobo and Hal Jordan. Pretty cool. Now, this is interesting. I sold this on one of my shows to Tom. Oh, my God. Tom McDonald? I can't believe I'm getting confused. From Chicago. So I sold it to Tom in Chicago. Then I think he put it in Heritage. Then it got one in Heritage, and then I ended up with it again. So, be offering this again. Now, we said there's going to be some green, a mix of green. So I'm going to have this Hulk 464 by Adam Kubert and Dan Green. You got double the green. You got the Hulk who's green and Dan Green. Look at the facial features that Adam Kubert and Dan Green created there. Then we have this one. Ooh, look at that. 4 panels. Beautiful. Then we're going to go back to Green Lantern. Guy Gardner, Black Hand. The Black Hand seems to be coming. More Black Hand. Now, on top of that, we're going to have Neil Before Zod complete book. And look at the last page. Sinestro Show. Anybody here who watches Larry David? Who's the guy from Saturday Night Live? Bill. Oh, come on. Bill Hader. Did you ever see the episode where he plays like the 3 brothers who say they're not brothers and they say splendid? They all say splendid. This is splendid because you get 2. I don't remember why you get 2 different versions. Don't remember why, but you get both. I was asked to bring some X-Files, so I am bringing one X-Files annual page. But to go with it, I thought I would bring some Buffy the Vampire Slayer pages. Georges Gentes, Andy Owens. It is Tom McDonald. I don't know why I was freezing. Then I've got Werewolf by Night. Then I've got Planet She-Hulk. Oh, more green. Let's keep the green together. Oh, look at this. Then I have more Guy Gardner. Check it out. With the overlay with Hal Jordan. And Goldface. I wonder why they didn't just draw him there. They did the overlay. I don't know. Have to ask Joe. Anyway, Friday, August 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the original art experience. Look forward to be seen by you then, and for Amy to make fun of me for being probably 1 or 2 minutes late. All right, take care, guys.
Only 1 or 2?
Yeah. Easy breezy.
Yes, that is for sure. CAF update time, right? We can dive into that. Let's see here. What were our dealers up to last week? I think it was a pretty average week for dealers. $263,000 in sales. Remember, everybody, all of which went into the dealer market data that you now have access to. Have you even looked at it yet, Chris?
I have. Was it today? Might have been today.
Okay, good. I want to, if you know, we want people going in there and using it. That's why we wanted it integrated, so people understand.
No, it was yesterday because I was trying to figure out what Albert might be pricing those Bruce Timm He-Man pages at.
I saw that was it. He kind of teased that he's dropping some, right? Or
he did, yes. And they're I think fairly priced.
Okay, I didn't get a chance to see
that.
But so you actually, when he told you he was dropping them, you went over and did some research. That's great.
Yeah.
See, everybody?
I kind of wanted to get my mind right before I saw the prices and not have sticker shock. And I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, let's hope Albert doesn't hear that.
Yeah. Mark is already on the phone texting him.
So $263,570 last week. Anthony was the lead seller, 101 sales, and what was his total? $83,000. So lots of smalls for Anthony, but he killed it in volume. That might have been Terrificon, I think, went over that window. So maybe that's where he got his sales. Panel Page had 8 sales, 65,000. Mike had almost 30 sales for 45 grand. And Comic-Con Art, Albert Moy, Felix, and Splash Page Art rounded out the top 7 sellers in our network that we get the sales data from. So the top 6 sales from last week from our dealers was, oh my gosh, a giant Panel Page Art watermark on a, what do we got here? A Pit Trade paperback cover from 1996 by Dale Keown, sold by Glenn for the asking price of $35,000.
That's great.
That is a very nice piece. Then Anthony in number 2 for Anthony. Wow. Okay, so he sold this $21,000 page from FF30 by Kirby and Chick Stone. And well, I'm glad he sold that one. I thought he might have had it put on hold at San Diego. Then this Cap 302 covers by Paul Neary. Love Paul's work. Certainly didn't pencil enough. This one was sold by Glenn as well, $20,000. Then over at Comic-Con Art, this Jorge Jimenez Batman 12 cover sold for $15K. We got a couple more here. This is it's a Dueling Dealers sale. Thank you, Anthony Snyder, for listing the artist as Dueling Dealers. Of course, it's Jim Mooney and Bob Wyacek from Man Thing issue 2, page 1. Very nice title page splash there. And then a Darwin Cook. This was the cover to Grayson issue 5. This one sold for $6,000. Great concept and design on that one. That might have been my favorite of the set. That Man Thing page was pretty nice though too.
Yeah. You're a sucker for a title page.
Yeah, exactly. Now, auction results for last week, it had the Art of Disney auction in it, which was a huge signature auction, and there was also the weekly animation auction did pretty well. They had some Lord of the Rings production cells that all finished over $1,000. So the total sales for eBay and Heritage last week was $3.7 million in sales. So we'll only look at the weekly stuff though from both, so from eBay and from Heritage here. So let's see, top 3 from eBay. So this first one was kind of cool. I didn't get a chance to look at this until a few hours before the show. This was a Russ Heath Sea Devils number 10 splash page. And it was funny. I mean, who knows who the hell got it? I'm glad Ashton cropped it. But this photograph literally has the man's knees in it who took the photograph. So I thought this guy knows nothing about what he's got here. And it was at auction, so it did sell for $9,400. Then Jason Fabak did this Batman commission style piece, listed at $3,100. I couldn't get the 130 site to give me a better price on it, so I do think it was a make offer. Then this sold for at auction as well. It's John Byrne's Sensational She-Hulk number 3 page with Spidey and all over it. Went for $2,700 and change. Then over at Heritage, you have this Paul Ryan Marvel graphic novel issue 55 cover. Then a complete 4-page story by Ivan Brunetti from something called Extra Good Stuff.
That looks like you.
That does kind of look like me. Oh my gosh. Shoot. All right. That is kind of weird. But last but not least, the Superman 256 splash page, title page, went for $4,750. It's by Swan and Anderson. It's a Swanderson, everybody. Right there before your eyes. Gorgeous. That did look like me. I'm going to have to go back and I have no idea what Extra Good Stuff is, but yeah, if anybody was going to draw a caricature of me
in that style, that's what you would look like.
Yeah, I would. So I think I'm getting a little receding hairline here, man. I'm starting to show my age. Yeah. What are you going to do?
Bald guy.
All right, exactly. Sorry, man. Uncanny resemblance, says Rick Welch. Thank you, Rick. Is Rick coming to OAX this year? You know, we all had the wonderful pleasure of getting to meet Rick in person and his family at OAX last year. I hope he's planning or at least thinking about coming out to OAX
Considering it.
in 2027. Yeah. So fingers
We gotta
crossed.
get Duke Fleed back too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he definitely had a good time. He sent me pictures after the show. He and his wife, I know, took a vacation somewhere. I don't know if they took a cruise and then once, but he sent me pictures from the beach, and they still had their OAX bag with them. I thought about showing them off as like a kind of an end show like wrap up for OAX. I never did, but I thought it was funny because there was like a hammock with him sitting on a hammock with an OAX bag on his shoulder. Yeah, everybody wants Rick to come back. All right, so I guess we can move on to picks, right? We got plenty of picks here to look at, and Cap is humming. So there's still a lot of artwork to go through.
Yes,
I checked it earlier today, and it's up to 6,600 pieces in a month. So it's not slowing down. Cap is definitely more active than it has ever been.
I don't know who is it. Is it Crush Thompson?
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is either.
Holy balls, did he had a lot of art.
He did, and he went premium, I think, this week too. There were a couple of new premium members that started up that I was like, all right, these are names. Somebody who was like the Art of Spawn, and they were posting this week. He went premium, or she went premium.
There were like 3, maybe 5 pieces that I would have picked if they weren't all from the same guy's gallery, but.
Well, hopefully we don't have a lot of crossover. We might have though, because I picked mine kind of separate from yours, and I only double checked that I didn't pick the same pieces as yours.
Sure.
Like Marcus says, use AI to check how that would be. Thanks.
Would look as Paul Billigan.
Yes, we're not doing that. We already know what he would look like.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Let's see. But Rick Welch says he's crushing it. All right. That's always good to hear. So, all right, let's see here. The Spawn Art Museum. See, this is how we're getting it started. Spawn Art Museum. I think I saw them go premium before I saw any artwork that they added. But they get started with this Chris Stevens. What is this? The Curse of Shirley Johnson, number 7 cover. I mean, I'm not familiar with the book, but the art and the coloring is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean the palette is really why I picked this, because he goes, I feel like Stevens often goes to great lengths to kind of like stretch what he feels like might be appropriate when he, puts when you look at an entire piece, there will be a section of a piece sometimes where you're like, oh, that was like a ballsy choice, to like pick that color or go with that shade or whatever. And this is like kind of a deliberate, well, not kind of a deliberate, it's a very deliberate departure from that approach, because you've got really 2 absolutely distinct palettes in the one piece, and he's using it for like graphic emphasis, which I think is not something that I think I've ever seen him do before. But you've got the the demons or whatever those are dominating the cover. It's all reds and yellows and oranges, and then the title figure Shirley is there, and like it's really like she's on her own. It's like she's an insert in this image.
Right. Well, having the hand holding her in the black, I mean, along with the coloring, all of that helps emphasize it. Yeah, I remember us picking a Chris Stevens piece 6-8 months ago that for kind of similar reasons, him playing with colors that, and color palettes that were very separate but unique and worked well together. I remember it was like a green piece that had a lot of rich greens, and then it had this like purple and yellow kind of component to the
trying
piece.
To think of what that might have been Spawn too, actually.
I think you might be right. But I'm remembering it for that same reason, that Chris just has he has a knack for color. We know that, but yeah, this is gorgeous. And the composition's great too. I mean, I love it. So congrats to the Spawn Art Museum. Only 18 works of art in their gallery so far, and I'm not watching their gallery yet, so we're gonna fix that right now. There we go. I'm now watching their newly premium gallery on CAF. Next up, Crush Thompson. You said it, they were crushing it. So Okay, so we have an Eduardo Barreto, DC Comics Presents 78 cover.
I think
Now,
Barreto. Sorry.
No, I was going to say Barreto is somebody that we don't pick too often. So
Right. Yeah, kind of unsung in my opinion. I mean, the guy's amazing, and is in kind of that same like Jose Luis Garcia Lopez feel where like, and I know he did a ton of merchandising art for DC as well. So this is, last week, I can't remember, the week before, we had a great Action Comics cover with from this same period.
Mhm.
And also Superman and yada yada yada. But there's just something special to me about this period of DC covers. And sometimes it may not have had much to do with like what happens in the issue, but you see something like this and you're like, oh my God, you have to pick it up and try it. And that's really what a comic cover is all about. So it's like really cool, iconic images. All these characters in this period are kind of, at least for me anyway, in the costumes that you associate them with, like from that period, they're iconic costumes. So it's got that Falcon element to it, as Dino likes to say. So I think this is good, just got a lot going for it. And like you said, on top of it, we don't talk about Eduardo Barreto too much.
We do not, and it's funny. Marcus says this is more of a Ballin cover, and I was actually thinking more of a Gibbons too, because look at even in the line work and especially in Superman there, the line work on his stomach. That's like Gibbons kind of line work. But also I can see a Ballin influence too, and this is from 1985. So yeah, this is part of the kind of that European invasion-ish period of DC, and very nice cover.
Yeah, I was 10 when this came out, and like that's exactly when you want to see this kind of stuff on a comic book cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, you wanted to find out who the forgotten villains were,
right?
Well, congrats to Crush Thompson. See, he's only watched by 3 people as well. So all right, we just fixed that. Oh, wow, he's got that J.G. Jones Final Crisis. Oh,
yeah,
that's
look at what's in his gallery. I mean, it's quality stuff.
Damn, this Tony Harris piece, amazing. Jeffrey Allen Love, Spectre, that's cool.
Josh Middleton, Aquaman.
Wow. The Frieden's really nice too. He's got a good eye. Wow. Oh, Rich Cirillo. I mean, I know Rich likes Space Ghost. Look at that, Rich. There's a cool Space Ghost there, and he even picked up a Ken Landgraf, Wonder Woman kicking some Nazi booties around. So no, good stuff here. All right, well, I'm following his calf gallery. Everybody, when you look at the piece we were just looking at, is his most commented piece right there. You got good taste, Mr. Snork.
I'll tell you.
All right, next up in the collection of Clayton S, this Sebastian Fiumara piece. That's cool. Sebastian's repped by Splash Page Art, and we definitely don't talk about his work too often. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's got obviously it's tonally appropriate for a Hellboy adjacent book. He and Fregretto both do a great, in my estimation, take on Mignola. It's their own, but it's also not visually distinct to the point where you feel like it's jarring. You feel like you're still kind of like in that world. And I think that's got to be a hard thing to do. And I think both of those artists, Seb here is really knocking that out of the park. That top panel with Hellboy, or, really most of the page with Hellboy, could be an earlier Mignola illustration if you squinted.
Yeah, but definitely, not a Mignola layout.
Right.
The panels are handled, but that's you want Sebastian, kind of doing his own thing with it. But you're right. There's something about the way that the Hellboy is drawn in that first panel that makes you think Mignola. I mean, yeah. Well, a very cool page. I did not see this one. I don't know how I missed it, but it's very, 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 very nice.
Yep.
We had his brother Max at OAX.
Yeah.
Last year.
who's terrific as well.
He is. He is. I talked with Marquet yesterday, but strangely enough, we didn't talk about OEX at all. I got to get, he and I need to talk because we were really good at like trying to get a few new faces in. So the goal with Mark and with everybody will be to get a few new faces in.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Next up, okay, DK Ruan variant. This is in what is this? Hang Ao's CAF gallery, 3-year member of CAF, and I like this image a lot. I actually used it in the mailing graphic for our pick section because I just thought it was. I love the composition on it. I mean, it's just so
clever, and you can be clever, and you can like sometimes you can, if you're clever enough, I feel like you can get away with maybe not a perfect execution because you get by on style points. But this is such a great execution of the concept too. I mean, he's a really terrific artist, and I think this is for Big Game, which I want to say it's a Millerverse book, and I want to say it was drawn by Pepe Larraz. So tonally, like kind of similar artists. Ruan leans more towards like Olivier Coipel in my book, and you see the influence a little bit here for sure, but more than anything, I was just really impressed with how well he pulled this off. You have two pretty strong, distinct focal points in this image, and they both work well together.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. That's the thing that just got me. I mean, because I keep going back and forth to the reflection in the, I don't know, ski. Yeah, to her face. I mean, it's so well done, and I mean, it is. Is it pencil only? It doesn't look like. I mean, it looks.
No, there's got to be some inks in there.
Then it's just so it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the tonal work.
Paint.
Yeah, I'd have to see this one in person. You're right, because it does look like some of it's inked, and it looks like there's a fair amount of pencil still left in there, some of the detail. But it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of my favorite pieces by Ruan that I think we've ever shown. I mean, I like it that much.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, Manuel saying some inks for sure. That's why you got to see him in person. It's just some of the stuff is so hard to tell.
There's stuff that's too dark to be.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, great pick. I saw this one too. If you I don't know if this was in my set. I didn't have to remove anything. So anyway, is this a collection I'm not watching? No, I'm watching their CAF gallery. Okay.
Right.
There we go. That's the way to go. And again, I've been seeing more and more people utilizing their cover graphic. Thank you, everybody. Because I mean, that's what he did here, just to make it look cool, give it some good color.
Yeah.
I like seeing that. I've seen a lot of fun things.
Kazra
has a picture of him.
And I really like what it adds. Like, I really like how it appears when it's in color.
Right. Yeah, me too. Kazra's, because I was in his today. He's got his dog. There, and it looks. I know when I'm in Kazra's gallery. I don't have to look for the avatar or the name. But very cool. Very good pick. Let's see, Lenny Messina. Oh yeah, this was an interesting piece by Nick Runge.
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you even say about this? I mean, it's so like otherworldly. I mean, the palette is adds I don't know, like a dreamlike quality of this almost, or like a surreal quality to it, just because like you see a tiger and we all know what a tiger looks like, right? So I think like the palette being what it is just adds so much to this. Had he painted this, even if it were in this, where it's like chopped and like it looks superimposed in a way, even if he had painted this in, natural colors, it would still be cool. But the fact that this is in reds just does something else entirely with it. And I think it is so, the image itself has like an experimental feel to it, or a flair to it. And the palette just takes it over the top. It is fine art, Tom. I agree with you, but calm down. I I loved, and the more and more I see of this guy's art, the more I love it.
No, I completely agree. The rose red, I mean, because it's just it's
It's a
powerful.
pinky, yeah.
Yeah, there's just something about it. I mean, it adds a level of I don't even know. I mean, warmth. I mean, but yeah, this is just a spectacular piece. It really is like a panel, like with a close up with a I, I yeah, I like this guy's work a lot as well. I don't
Yeah.
know how much of work by Nick is on the site. Do you?
Not a lot. I think the first time I saw it was in a commission that Aranga had gotten. He does do now and again. He'll do some like superhero, like comic style commissions.
Well, we had a few.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, this one. Oh, that's right.
Maybe it was
Oh, yeah.
Becky's Grifter and Zealot was the first thing I saw.
Okay.
But yeah, Aranga's Mystique came not soon after, or not
Wow.
long after.
I mean, look at that Rogan Gambit piece.
The Rogan Gamut is nuts.
Oh yeah, I remember we looked. See that? Yeah, we did look at this one.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Yeah, where's this guy based out of?
I don't know, but I follow him on Instagram, and he will do. I think he actually teaches watercolor as well. So he does a lot of videos where you can see him paint, and he has a really not weird. He's got a very non-traditional watercolor technique, which is really fascinating to watch.
Well, I'm gonna point him out to my girls because they've been doing a lot of watercolor of late with their grandma every Monday, and then they bring it back and show me what they've been working on. So yeah,
well, maybe they could go take a class from Nick and level up.
I've made a note. Nick runs Instagram.
Yep.
All right. Next up, David Albright is the collector. Oh, cool. Michael Gilbert. I love his style. I mean, isn't this awesome? This is such a great page.
Yeah, and it's just wild. It's frenetic. Like there's something happening basically on every inch, and every centimeter of every panel. His style just has a like, I don't know, a level of like he doesn't care, which is fun, right? Like it's like I said, it's wild, and I think it's so singularly suited for the character. It's a great character design. It's a great like character name. The concept of the character is so cool. And it's like a pulp hero in this like absolutely antithetical pulp style.
Yeah. Oh, it's from '87, Mr. Monster, of course. And yeah, I mean this is the era of comics that I love the most. I mean, the Elementals came out of this, but you're right. The costume design is awesome. I mean, it's Skull, but yeah, no, I always thought, and just it was so well suited to Gilbert's style.
Right.
Really, I mean, I see this and it's like, damn. I mean, you don't see these pages pop up at all.
No. And this is like from an Airboy special. So I'm not sure, this might be his first appearance.
Damn. Well, that is a good one. We just need a bigger, I guess I was gonna say a bigger scan, but it's a photograph.
Yeah.
What was the name? David Albright.
Getting more, I have you noticed like more and more photographs and fewer scans?
I have. I think the app is people are just getting more used to that, or maybe they're using iPads.
Yeah.
It's gotta be, that was the one thing, honestly, that I learned from the redesign. I was shocked at the number of people who use tablets for CAF. And so it wouldn't surprise me that a lot of these people, they're not using Cam Scanner, which I think they still could if they were using a tablet, but they're either using the app or they're using, now that the site's a little bit more easier to navigate and mobile friendly, they're probably using the camera on their tablet to take these. But well, I mean, hey, it's still decent. He just needs to be premium, then it would be bigger.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so this is in Michael Reyes's calf gallery. He's almost up to 250 pieces in his calf. One more to get there. So this is a nice Paul Pope illustration.
Yeah, just like a, drawing from life. Absolutely terrific textures on this. I mean, it feels fuzzy. It feels sleepy. You know what I mean? Like it just has like, he's really illustrating something from life, and it shows, which is, I think, what I like the most about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The Tom thinks the blanket is warm and snuggly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is. Yeah, it's funny because I mean a lot of his stuff is loose and it doesn't feel like it has. I mean, it has structure. It doesn't. This thing is just so grounded, for
Right.
Pope, that it literally looks like he was doing a still life, and
Yeah.
that's
Well,
pretty
and
cool.
like I say, it takes a lot of ability to draw from life to do, to do still life, to do figural work, to do, all those kinds of things, to be able to do what he does in comics so well, because you have to master all the fundamentals before you can start thinking about exaggerating and taking shortcuts and, being wild with your line quality and all that kind of stuff that he's so good at in comics. And, having this kind of foundation, being able to draw from life, is a big piece of why.
Yep. Nope. It's a beauty. I love all the little details in it too. Well, congrats to Maki Pupu. One piece away from his 250th piece on calf.
That's awesome.
Okay, next up, T-Shen. This is a Joe Fixit page from MCP, issue 38. Marshall Rogers with Adkins inks.
I didn't know this existed, which is the probably first and foremost why I picked it. But I think I probably, like a lot of people, you think Marshall Rogers, you think Batman. So I think it was really fun to see him drawing Gray Hulk. I think that this is like the fact that this is really, it's kind of a boring page, but he makes it still really fun to look at. And the storytelling, and I think that's because the storytelling on it is so good. Like panel by panel, he's doing subtle little things in those first 4 panels that, are moving the action along. And, through the rest of it, it's really just little story beats.
Yeah, it reminds me of Chris Ware,
Yeah.
and what makes his work so interesting is just the day in the life, just and the panel structure work that he does here. I mean, you look in that last row where it's hanging up the phone, in the second panel. I mean, it's just
it's really open.
Yeah, and the repetitiveness of the first 4 panels that really kind of carries into the 5th. I mean, yeah. I mean, I got to see that Ware exhibit, I mean, I'm looking at this and that's all I can see. So this is really, really cool. I've never ever, Marshall Rogers on, on Joe Fixit is just not.
Had no idea.
I ever knew about. Wow. Very cool. So let me see here. T-Shen, you are doing 14 comments on this one too. More comments than likes.
Huh.
That's a rarity. Well, congrats.
So does that mean a couple people wanted to get digs in? Because they were like, I don't like this, but by God, I'm going to comment.
Yeah. This page caught my attention because it's Joe Fixit fan. Goes, okay, well, hey, T-Shen does collect a bit of Hulk art. So this is in a good collection for it.
In a rarity.
Mm-hmm. Then Justin Porter. Justin picked up some pieces in the last couple art drops we did with Hardman and Hitch, but we have this Tom Riley G.I. Joe page.
So what I like about Justin is that he's living his fandom. So he is he frequently, well, not frequently, but frequently enough, posts basically mint condition vintage G.I. Joes that he's collecting, and then you go to his calf and he's buying G.I. Joe art. So I like that. I like the lineup. But I really like Tom Riley is so good on this book, and we've seen him kind of come around the horn. He's done some superhero stuff. He's done some different things now, but I feel like he's like absolutely hitting his stride stylistically and as an artist on this book. And I don't know if that's because he has an affinity for the subject or, what it might be. But I think, every issue of this book that comes out, I'm just continually impressed by what he's doing, not only with, the figural stuff, but the way he draws technology is so good. And this is like a tech heavy book. You got guns and vehicles and robots and, all that kind of stuff. That whatever this chamber is that Zartan is in that first panel is so well drawn from a technical standpoint. And, going to the trouble to like draw all those noodly cables and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he just has to like what he's doing. And I think it's coming across.
Yeah, the first panel does it for me. And it's the tech. It's so slick and minimalist, but it doesn't really like need any more than that. I mean, I don't know what the hell it's doing. It's putting skin on them, it looks like, but the cabling, that's what where the CAF servers are sitting right now. It looks like a room that looks just like that one. I've been in it many times.
Yep.
Those I love it.
Full of cables.
Yeah, and just the kind of the smoke or whatever that's around him. I love the the heavy work, kind of dry brush at work that's being done there. It's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And yeah, he picked up a G.I. Joe page from Hitch last week too. So he's definitely living that era for sure. Well, did I like this one?
Yeah, and Marcus makes a good comment. There's a bunch of this stuff out here and it's still affordable. So, it's not hard to. I have a page from his Thing book that he did a couple years ago that I love. And if you like G.I. Joe or if you just like Tom Riley, there's really nice stuff out there for sale and it's not going to break you.
Now, is he rep by somebody or is selling it on his own?
Yes. Modern Mythology.
Oh, okay. Yeah, their site, they don't have a search on it. So it's like I don't even know if we have them on an Art Scout yet. I know we looked at them, and that might be why we didn't, because they didn't have like a search, right? I mean, that's usually you want to be able to have some method of like showing all, right? Give me everything, but they don't even have a search on their website. So you have to like know the pages you want to go to because you have no point of reference to start from. I think we put them on the to-do list. But no, the work's really nice, and if it's affordably priced, get out there. Modern Mythology. Oh yeah, you're right. Posted by Modern Mythology. See, he's posted more. He's probably posted more of his art on CAF than on his site. And then your last pick. This is an Elsewhen page. This is it's a blue line inked page by John Byrne. He didn't ink every of the Elsewhens, but I think he did like maybe 60% of them, and he did this one.
Yep. And our pal Jim Warden posted both, so you can see the pencils and the inks. I picked the inks because I feel like they show up a little better. Most of all, I picked this because I took heat last week for quote unquote never picking John Byrne. There you go, Chuck. Now shut your trap. It's my guy being drawn by what I think a lot of people feel like is probably maybe the best Thing artist, or certainly, top 5 Thing artist. So it's got that going for it for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Jim was, answered some questions for people. I think maybe that's where I remember the page or the issues that John inked versus, because somebody asked a question about it and Jim was like, John inked issues 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 9, and Paul Willis inked 2, 6, 8, and 10. But yeah, no, he really could. Oh, look, there's Cyclops in there. I didn't even see Cyclops.
Oh, I didn't either.
Look at right down there in the corner.
Right where he belongs.
Right, he's letting the thing do all the work.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. No, that's great. Well, Jim just makes me happy. We got Jim's putting a lot of effort in posting to CAF. I have to commend him on that.
Absolutely, and he's not a surprise, posting a lot of incredible stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually going through an old folder of Comic Art Con photographs that I know I've shown off before, and just looking at the back wall of Jim Warden,
Oh
you
man,
know, oh my gosh, the pieces, the Wagner pieces he has there, the John Byrne
exactly.
pieces, and it's not like it's like that, it's like more like 2014 or to 2012, but just seeing a really nice John Byrne single character commission, and it's like $500.
I
Like,
know.
oh my God.
That's what I paid for mine. It's my only burn is a commission from that era.
Yep. Rich Cirillo, Cyclops on his knees again. Oh boy.
He just
All
knows
right.
that, the thing is there to pick up the slack. It's going to
He
be
is.
okay.
So here we have this is from Tales to Astonish, and it is in the collection of Brian Koo, right? Brian, everything he posts is awesome. It's Kirby layouts with Everett finishes, so it's definitely more Everett than Kirby, but Kirby could draw the Hulk like a true monster. So I
Mhm.
feel like Kirby got his influence on Everett on this piece, and then we get a lot of Everett busted machinery and stuff. But just love the composition, everything swirling around the Hulk. It's a title page, so I love having the Stan's name on there with Kirby and Everett, Sam Rosen lettering, Hulk Must Die. Everything's on the board.
Yeah.
If you got the money, I mean, this is a really fun piece to have in your
Absolutely.
collection.
Yeah, and I mean, to your point, Everett is really, I mean, it's very different, right? And like as soon as you see it, when I saw it, I was almost like, well, it's got to be Kirby based on the era, but it doesn't feel like it. There are elements for sure, like his forearms, his fists, kind of like the overall build of the Hulk, but like the face,
Mm-hmm.
and like you said, the swirls and like the broken machinery, that's all Bill Everett.
Oh yeah,
Even the chest hair.
Yeah, even the chest. But just looking at the muscles, I mean, he's drawing Kirby muscles here, right? I mean, the anatomy looks like
Yep.
Kirby, but he's with the way he's handling the tone and the shading with the line work here.
Yep.
It's just fun. I mean, the more I'm looking at it, the more I think this is just absolutely amazing piece.
Yeah.
Too bad Everett, didn't do a lot more work with Kirby, because I mean, just this is gorgeous.
Yeah, if this is what we would have gotten.
And the lettering, honestly, is fantastic too. With the weight for everything, the characters' names and the important parts in bold. I mean, this is a fantastic piece. Cyclops is in the back being blown away on this one.
Maybe his visor's in some of that junk down there.
That's right, someplace behind the tire iron. Yeah. And then this was in Mikhail's calf. I know I highlighted the prelim from a few weeks ago, but I really did love this piece by Dave Palumbo, and I'm so glad that Mikhail got it. So I wanted to give it one last look, but just love the tonal color work that he did in this piece. It has a sense of motion in it. She's falling. You get the blurry buildings in the back, but everything's so tight and structured and well designed. I mean, it's
really super sense of dimensionality in this.
Yeah.
She almost looks like a 3D render against an illustrated background.
So yeah, I mean, so true, right? I mean, when you see like just the hood, there's a sense of depth there. The costume's black. It shouldn't feel like there's that much depth in the piece, but it just works so well. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite pieces made for OAX all 3 years. I'm gonna always come back to this one, and I just love it. I feel like Dave just killed it. The moment he sent it into us, I was blown away, and I can't think of a piece I like more than that one. So,
and the feeling of falling is so pronounced.
Yeah, well, Mikhail, congrats. I'm so glad it's in his collection, and it is amazing. Now I got my like on it though. All right, this is in Andre's calf gallery. I got my like on that one. Tom Rainey, I think he got this at Heroes.
I missed this.
Isn't this crazy? This is gorgeous.
I love a good Rainey.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jealous on this one. The detail is magnificent. The look at the line work in here. Some of it, some of the randomness in these in the cross hatching he's doing. I mean, there's a little there's a
position.
little Carlos Diarmas in here kind of stuff
Yeah.
happening, and then you get this more like maybe a little bit more traditional work. I mean, this is unbelievable. I mean, I'm blown away even more by this piece now.
Yeah, I like the geometric stuff too, where he's tying the the pentagrams together throughout the piece.
Oh yeah. I wonder if Kaz, look at this. This is awesome. This is a great piece. Doggone it. Andre has got
Sunspot, Wolfsbane, Cloak and Dagger, and Magic. Is this from a? Forgive me. Is this like a not recreation?
commission.
But is this?
It's a commission. Yeah.
24. Okay.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Andre's gotten a lot of really nice commissions over the last couple of years. This is one of the this is a top 5 piece for sure.
Tom Rainey can still do it, man.
I'm gonna say that I keep him underrated for whatever reason, and I shouldn't. I mean, after seeing this piece, well, make a note to think more about Tom Rainey.
Dear Bill.
Okay, next up, I get my like on this one. Mickey Anamontado. I pick a lot of stuff from him. This is by Nelson De Castro. There was a really nice color piece by De Castro. I don't remember what it was, card art or something that was posted as well. But this is a Silver Surfer piece from Marvel Collector's Edition page. But this is such a well it's so subtle, the textures in it, the underboob. I mean, all of this stuff. I mean, look at how fine and feathery the horse is drawn. I mean, there's some really nice stuff going on here, that I just don't I guess I probably don't know De Castro's work a lot enough to maybe this is like the norm. But just the detail in this and just how delicately he's inked this thing is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
I think the clouds look like they're zip.
It's hard to say. You're right in through here. Yeah. Shoot, man. Yeah. So this is just an amazing piece.
This is one of those pieces too where I feel like when you're the artist and you get the script, right? And you read this, you read the writer's description of what you're supposed to draw. He had to be like, what? She's on a horse, but they're being chased by like flying robots and like
right. That look like exactly. Hey, he wasn't scared to do it though, but I just thought this was too nice. I mean, when I look at the horse and her make it for me.
It's really cool.
Nelson De Castro, great piece, and and the leader. He was fighting the leader in that one. That's even. So you just talked about a weird storyline, and then you have to throw the leader in here too. So that's even more bizarre. Rick Welch likes the detail on that one as well. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, Graham Ingles cover. This is in Jordan Seymour's calf gallery. I mean, I know we just looked at this. This was, it might have been a couple months back in a Heritage Signature Auction preview. Mm-hmm. I remember Joe kind of, to me, this was like my favorite piece that we previewed in it. I just felt, I mean, as a cover, I love the angle looking into the laboratory. You're like in a dark alleyway looking at this. I love everything about this. The composition.
Perspective is so good.
It is, and gosh, I mean, I'm just so happy it wound up on calf because I feel like a lot of times I see a really cool piece that we preview in a Heritage Signature Auction, and then we never see those pieces again. Sure. And this literally was my favorite piece in the set that we did, and to see it come up on calf really made me happy. I mean, I think this is just absolutely gorgeous. It's a doozy. You're right, Rick Welch.
Yeah.
Let's see. Peter Rose says the comic was a giveaway for Charleston Chew candy bar, according to the. Oh, he's talking about the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say that's not this one. Anyway, great cover, and Jordan Seymour. I don't know if I follow. I do watch his calf gallery.
You got him.
All right. He's under my gaze. Next up. Okay, I had to pick this one. Miko Swain. MT27. All right, so but yeah, this is just such a good. I mean, Miko's work is phenomenally detailed.
It is.
I know he uses a bit of airbrush. He has lots of techniques going on in here, but this one was just so gritty. He like you. I know you love when an artist can draw, concrete, when he can draw metal, and it feels like that. When you can feel
Leather, skin.
right,
Yeah.
leather, bullet holes, you name it. I mean, and he's done that perfectly here. And it's kind of like, it's kind of everything's all in the same plane, but I don't care. It helps it be more of this graphic shape that, that Absolute Batman's costume and his weapon of choice just fit so well. I mean, this one blew me away when I saw it.
He's got this thing where his technique is so sound that I feel like he goes to photorealism, and then he keeps pushing it. And like the fact that he keeps pushing it, it goes past photorealism and becomes this, right? Like he goes, like it becomes an illustration again, in spite of the fact that like he could easily, I think, render this to where it was like practically indistinguishable from reality.
Yeah, I mean, I actually went over to Next Comic Art this afternoon just to look at the artwork for sale there, because there's a fair amount of Miko's published work on CAF, but I wanted to like just see a bunch of it at once, and it was fun to see. Most of it was sold, but I mean, if you like Miko's work, I would say go over and check out his gallery on nextcomicart.com.
He's also surprisingly prolific for how insane these things are.
Right, and I mean, I follow him on Facebook. He's always flying somewhere. I don't know how the hell he does it
at the same time.
Right, it's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is great. I mean, it literally looks like he's recently waxed those shoulder pads. I mean, he's
right. Yeah, he's got the armor all out and he's buffing.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyways, amazing. And whose CAF gallery were we in here? I forget now. MT27.
Just real quick though, like what you were talking about, like look at so like the wall is concrete, right? And then look at his axe. So they're both hard materials. He's using roughly the same tones, but one reads as metal and one reads as concrete. And that's incredibly difficult to do.
He's amazing.
Yep.
Marcus, I did not present 5 Aquaman covers in a row. It was only 3. Don't exaggerate. I know that was a long time ago and maybe you've forgotten, but I haven't forgotten. 3 Aquaman covers in a row that did not sell. Miko will never let me forget that. Okay, this is in Glenn Crane's CAF gallery. Rick Sternbach. I don't know the artist, although I've probably said their name before. July 76. Just a gorgeous illustration. I mean, we see a lot of this stuff when we do the illustration previews with Heritage.
Yeah.
But I just thought this one was it's exceptional. I mean, I love we're over a planet, and I love the how the clouds are just kind of making the land masses feel kind of chunky, but it's really just the clouds, making the artist is just making some fun decisions here on how they did this piece. And then you get this wacky, trumpet shaped space station out there. But I love it. I love the imagery, and it just, when I see a piece like this, it just reminds me that the illustration world is still it's still kind of a mystery to me. I wonder where these pieces are. Where are they? They're not all being bought and sold on Heritage. Where are all the where do they change hands? Because there's an underground group, that this stuff is changing hands in. There's not many websites for this stuff.
Yeah.
And then to see something that's as beautiful as this, I want to see more of it, and I want to, and it's just the whole area that
it's the same thing I was saying about. It's the same thing I was saying about Warhammer art last week.
Sure.
Where it's like there's this underground network or secret cabal or what, whatever, and like we're not seeing stuff. It's not, it's very rare that something pops up.
Yep. Yeah. So this is cool, and Glenn has just an amazing collection, and yeah, No, this is a good one. So congrats to Glenn for this piece. 12 likes, 10 comments, 52 views. I'll even throw the link in the chat. Go over there and at least put a view on it for him, and maybe give him another heart on that piece. We love illustration art on CAF. Then okay, John Byrne
Picked it.
I had to pick this one.
Good.
I do. Patrick R's CAF Gallery. It is from Alpha Flight 6, page 6. You know what? Why I picked this one? I picked this because Byrne, has a way with like just, if you could fly, you would look like he does in here, right? I mean, there's a sense of joy, and you can't trust Superman, with like this, but
flying around all glum.
Right, exactly. I look at this. I love the different angles he throws on him. I mean, he's got different hand positions going on. They're in front of him. He's given the Superman. He's got two arms out, and and he almost looks like he's a little bit flailing on his way down. But it's just fun, and I love the lettering in this last panel, how it's just kind of in the energy swoosh behind him. This is an era of John Byrne's work that I really do like. I was disappointed when he left X-Men, but his work on Alpha Flight is some of my favorite. And
controversial opinion, I think this is his best.
Yeah, well,
I do. I don't know. Like the character designs are all like Guardian. I think is one of the best costumes of this era. Period. Yeah. I think it's just such a perfectly designed costume, and he looks cool. He looks tough. He looks very Canadian, which those three things together just shouldn't work, right?
No,
you can't be cool and tough and Canadian.
That is true. And I know that every time I go into Jeff Singh's CAF gallery, his image across the top is from the first appearance of Guardian, from that 110.
Yeah.
So that's his most commented piece in his CAF gallery. But yeah, I was like, we show a lot of John Byrne stuff, but there was just something about. I mean, there is, and we know the character, we know what happens to him.
Yeah.
And this is right. And so this is like six issues into the book, 6 issues before all hell breaks loose, and No, I just remember Alpha Flight, those first 12 issues really fondly. Never enough, says Chuck. Okay. I feel that way very much so, Chuck. Then I was just looking at this piece. Remember, it was in the market data sold by Mr. Berkey too, and this is Mr. Lovitz. So it's a John Romita Sr. Cover, some kind of a book prelim, Stan Lee's Incredible Hulk. Just a great transformation, prelim piece for this. It's done on vellum. I probably have seen this one at Berkey's house before he sold it, because he's got FedEx boxes of of a lot of Romita Senior stuff. But I just like this one. A good Hulk transformation. I mean, there's a lot of times when these would get drawn. You've got it's kind of like putting the Bruce Banner. He's like here. He's a little bit bigger here, and they're kind of like stacking him left to right. I really like this one where it's just going straight up and just growing bigger. And I don't know if that's how it was done on the finished piece, but it's cool. And I don't know. And I love it's back to we always talk about process and prelims and things, and I just think this is awesome. This is a Romita Senior laid out quite a few books, covers for Marvel. I mean, Hannigan, I guess maybe did more, but this is him doing a great book layout to get Stan's approval, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, I think it's cool because it's like a Mongo thumbnail, right? At the end of the day. Like it's just a really big thumbnail, but it's it's John Romita doing it. So
I think Rich is giving you shit in the
Rich, you are getting a fat lip, pal.
Yeah, Rich,
fighting words.
Chris might show up at the get together in Canada in a couple of weeks. Rich, better not to let the address get leaked out there. Anyway, I thought this was awesome. I mean, and it's funny. I've seen a lot of these, and I don't remember seeing this one, because if I had seen, I might have tried to figure out if I could have gotten it from him. But I think it's just a really, really nicely done piece. then I got one more. Joe Kubert. This is in Shemp's Calf Gallery. I remember that.
I was gonna pick this, and I picked Kubert last week, so I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I had to pick this one. I love the design on this
Me
piece.
too.
Yeah, it's such a well conceived cover, and I don't even know what it's for. I hate to say that. What was it done for? Sergeant Rock, Angels with Black Wings from 1985.
And Kubert has drawn his share of winged men in his day.
Is this like a trade paperback cover or something? I mean, I don't think I've seen this image before.
I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it is like for a collection, probably, but I'm not sure
Okay.
either. Peter
I mean,
Rowe will know.
Peter Rowe, answer that question for us. But either way, I think it's just unbelievable. I love, there isn't anything I don't love about it. I mean, I think, just
Tom
seeing
says
the
he thinks
guests.
it's an ad.
Oh, Marcus's house ad. Okay, ad in account. Okay,
Yeah, compositionally for sure.
yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I think it's beautiful. I mean, I really really love this piece.
The inks are just unbelievable.
And have I teased that I have a Joe Kubert piece?
No.
I have. Okay, well, I haven't like consummated the deal yet.
Okay.
So I have it in my possession, but I've not shown it to anybody. I have it though.
Ooh.
So maybe this will be my inspiration to get the deal done, because it was like I saw the piece and I was like, I really want it, and they were like, well, we'll work it out. We'll work out the details afterwards. And so I haven't worked out the details. I haven't put it on my calf.
Yeah.
And it's
Don't
sitting right
jinx
in my cabinet right behind.
Oh.
So yeah.
I like that they set the hook though, Bill. They were like, "We'll just take the art."
Don't you hate that when they, somebody well enough they can send you home with something, even though because I didn't have the money. This is a piece I'm actually gonna have to trade for.
Oh,
I have to figure out something that I can give them in return, and I haven't taken the time to do it yet. So as soon as I do, I will happily put it in my calf gallery. I'll probably show it off here first.
looking forward to that.
Yeah. But again, it's gorgeous. It's clean. I think it's awesome. I want to see a squadron of Sergeant Rock characters with wings. Just let's see. Winter Pal says I can babysit art too. Yeah. Anyway, man. All right. Well, we made it through our picks. It's still early, 23 minutes before midnight. Chris, fun as always, man. Yeah, let's
it was a good week.
Yeah, it was a good week. And it looks like we're gonna have a lot of art to go through again for next week. And then maybe, I don't know, we haven't had, maybe we'll swing in a guest art picker 2 from now. So let's let me figure somebody out. I'll try to see if we can't get somebody who has never done this before.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll give it some thought. We'll bring in somebody fresh, very green. But anyways, man, as always, good. It's great hanging out with you, Chris. And have a good true beer for me this evening before you go to bed.
I will do that. I promise.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right. See you, man. All right. So calf update 301 in the books. Yes. Get Danzig. I'm telling you, Danzig would be great. Marcus, I completely agree. And there's nothing holding me back from reaching out to him. I will do it. I will. I'll see if I can get him to come on. If he would, that would be amazing. I've actually never seen him. Well, I haven't seen him at a show in a long time. I think the last time I saw him at a show, might have been like 2003, at my first year going to San Diego. So I think it's been that long since I've seen him anywhere. But anyways, yeah, I'll reach out to him. That would be a fun interview. That'd be must see TV here on the Calf Plus channel. Black Line Fever. That's another site I can't haven't quite figured out how to make Art Scout crawl properly yet, but I will get to the bottom of it. That's that maybe when we have him on, I could ask him if he'd let us redesign his site. That would make our life really easy then at that point. Rich, you've talked to him once. That's cool. Marcus, I'm sure I'll have lots of questions for him. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. You saw the schedule. We got a busy schedule coming up, but if you are going to the Lucas Museum member-only opening preview night next Saturday. Please email Kazra and I. Let us know that you're going. At the very least, it'd be cool to run into you at the museum. We could take some pics, at the museum. But if enough people are going, maybe we'll try to find some place to go out and have a beer after the show. So do let us know. I'm really looking forward. It's a dream finally come true. I mean, I think I think we've known about the LA location for about 8 years. I think the first time they even started talking about the Lucas Museum was like 13, 14 years ago. So it's been hanging over us for so long. Now we finally get to see it. So I'm excited. It's been a lot of waiting and a lot of wondering, but all that's going to get thrown on the wayside in just over a week. But what is this? I'll be there that day in the afternoon. Oh, goo. Okay, well, we'll miss you, but yeah, take some pics. Give us a report after it's all over. I am not, Marcus. Anyway, everybody, enjoy the rest of your evening. We don't have any programming until next week, but we will be back at it. Like I said, I've got Marko Djurdjevic on Monday, 3:00 show. So I know a lot of people won't be tuning in live to that, but do watch that one on the rewind. It should be a lot of fun. And I heard that Paulo Rivera might actually pop into that because he hasn't seen Marko in a while. And Mark said that he might drop in and say hi. So that'll just make it even more fun and interesting. So there you go. All right. Have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you again soon.